was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Good afternoon and welcome to Docking Family Stadium here on the campus of Adrian College and the home of Bulldog football. And here we are, the bye week is behind us. Calvin University stands in front of us. Hello, everybody, and good afternoon to you. Thanks for tuning in. However you may be listening or watching on the Adrian College Sports Network, if you're trying to watch, we're going through some stuff here in the booth, but we'll get that figured out, taken care of, squared away. A big family of Adrian College Sports Network people working very hard today. My name is Ian Wentz. I'm alongside with Sean Whitmer, a sophomore at Adrian College. Jake Luckhart, Laura Witkowski, our engineers this afternoon. And Sean, we got a Bulldog football team started 4-0. Everything's riding high. Go to Albion, drop your first game. It was by 11. They found ways to generate some offense late and make that game competitive. Get the bye week, chance to regroup, get healthy, and then you welcome in a brand new varsity football program at Calvin University. So stakes are high in the MIAA. Calvin looking for their first conference win. Bulldogs looking to go 2-1 in the league. So, I mean, it's a great day for some football.
Yes, it is.
Anthem has been played. Just waiting for the team to hit the field, and you know, this team goes the way of their quarterback, as football teams often do. And a grad transfer quarterback, Jake Calvert, has been simply sensational for the Bulldogs, not only running the football, but throwing the ball as well. He's established some favorite targets. You have Jalen Wallace. You have Ethan Aberger, a freshman. Wallace, a junior transfer. A lot of transfers on this team, Sean, and they've found a way to gel, and they found a way to win. It's a double bonus here for Coach Joe Palka.
Yeah, no, they've done a very good job this year, making sure that they have everything flowing together and being a true family at the end of the day.
And in the end, that's what it's all about. The Bulldogs have hit the field here at Docking Stadium, those brand new gray uniforms. Bruiser's paw on either side of the helmet, a gold, a stripe down the middle. Numbers in gold as they congregate down to our left at about the 15-yard line. Calvin University heads onto the field the opposite side. Brand new program from the west side of the state. They travel well. They're looking to establish some success with the football team. They come in at a 2-3 mark, looking to even that record, and like I said earlier, pick up that MIAA win, that elusive one that has plagued Calvin the first 2 weeks, but the entire conference got a bye week, and I think that's kind of unique to the MIAA this season with the addition of Calvin. That gives them 8 teams, so you don't have that odd number of teams where you can slip in a bye week during the season. Every team took the week off last week, and they're all ready to go.
Yeah, it's a little bit rare to see an entire conference take a bye week. Normally you'll see teams stagger their bye weeks. That way you always have conference play going on. You always have some football for the conference. Last week everyone taking the week off leads to an interesting matchup here where both teams are fresh coming in.
That they are, and if you look at the Adrian College side of things, looking at the offensive side of the football, Jake Calvert at quarterback. Chandel Hardnett will do the majority of the running for the Bulldogs. Tyson Hill will see a bit of the freshman from Chelsea. Chris Crumsey, Ethan Aberger, Jalen Wallace, Ryan Brumley, the primary pass catchers for Calvert. On the line of scrimmage, Bryce Keller, Delano Anderson, Elliot Craker, Isaiah Simon, Matt Hall. Those are the main 5 we are going to see. On defense, the Bulldogs look like this. They'll have Mike White, Manny Cole, Dante Banton, Randall Broom. We'll see Chris Jackson, we will see big number 99, Avion Leverett, wreak havoc. At the linebacking core, Maddox Woods, a sophomore player we're going to be looking for today, number 4. He's out there with Ryan Morgan, Trey Brueggemann, Chase Barbosa. And in the secondary, Wadis Ashman. This guy is really, the captain on the field for this young Bulldog defense. He is a senior this season. He'll be out there with our freshman Ethan Layton. And the corners, Quincy Dorsey had a pick 6 a couple weeks ago against Albion, and Kingston Blackman will be on defense for the Bulldogs. And we look at the special teams. Jack Boyke will do the kicking. Samuel Lafada is the punter. Mark Lopez will hold. The long snapper is Noah Heide. Cade Fox and Ethan Abaker will do the returning for the Bulldogs. That's a look at the projected starting lineups. And Sean, when you look at the defensive side, I mean, it's about a 3-level approach and how they can play together.
Yeah, no, it's very much about how well that defense can join together and everybody flow to the football, everybody attack that ball well. When you're talking about Wadis Ashman there at the captain of the defense, he's not only the captain of the defense, he's a Swiss Army out there playing everywhere he can. Last year playing linebacker, this year coming in and moving to safety, allowing other linebackers to take the role there, and he's doing a great job at safety, commanding that defense.
Your captains for this afternoon's contest, Bryce Keller, Randall Broom, Mike White, and Jake Calvert. And coming into the offseason, something I won't forget soon is talking with the new head coach, Joe Palka. He said they had 18 quarterbacks on the roster going into spring ball. They whittled it down to 2, and it was between the transfer in from Northwood, Jake Calvert, and Noah Heide. Heide did start the season at QB, but since then, it's been all Jake, and the rest is history. Speaking of history, fun fact, last game, against Albion, Calvert set the pass completions in the game record for the school with 36. And put together a great performance. Unfortunate, could not get the victory over in Albion. The Bulldogs back at home. They've played here quite a few times this season. You got the opener. They grabbed the win in that one. Game number 2, stayed home, got the win. Hit the road at Franklin, kept things rolling. Then they came back for homecoming against Olivet. On the road to Albion, and here we are at the friendly confines of Docking Stadium. The sun is out, 70 degrees in mid-October. We'll take it every day, but especially on a Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, and you can see this Bulldog team is really happy to be going here. They're really ready to get things going and going up against a team they haven't faced in a long time or ever in this Calvin team. You want to see them get off quick and go fast.
America's oldest collegiate athletic conference is the Michigan Intercollegiate Athletic Association, but a first at Docking Stadium. The first ever meeting between the Bulldogs and the Knights. Calvin is back deep to return this kick, and it will be put in the air by Jack Boyke. Some pump it up through the loudspeakers here at Adrian College. Jake Krasaniak on PA today. He brings the energy, and we hope this fan base will as well. Boyke will kick off from left to right under the Adrian sun, and it's high and it's deep, and it will not be returned. Making the catch is Ronan Russell-Dixon, the sophomore, about 3 yards into his end zone. So, Sean, we're going to see this Bulldog defense first. They're headed up by their defensive coordinator, Ron Shields. Really everywhere he's been, he's put together a very good defense.
Yeah, and this defense has been how the team rolls. The past few years, it's always been we're going to rely on our defense and we're going to kill some clock on offense. And on defense, they've done a great job making sure they tackle that ball carrier as soon as he gets it and making sure that they make that run game struggle.
Chase Bradman, the quarterback for Calvin University. Jair Harden is the running back. They motion him out to the right side. They throw it that way. It's a screen on the far side of the field. Grabbed at his ankles and flipped around by Chase Barbosa. First play goes backwards for the Knights. Second down and about 13 for the Knights. Actually call it a loss of 4 back to the 21. Knights to the line quickly. Bulldogs tight press man coverage on the outside. Quarterback looking to throw into coverage along the far sideline. Catch is made but out of bounds, and it may have also hit the turf. Coverage by Ashman. Also 47, Ethan Layton. The freshman Layton, ironically enough, Sean, he came into a game when Ashman was out, suspended for a targeting call. So that young man came in, played a great first half, and he's really never left the field.
Yeah, no, this team's been a great team when it comes to next man up mentality.
Bradman, the quarterback. Bulldogs bring pressure. He steps up into the pocket, needs 14, throws short of the sticks, incomplete, knocked out of the intended receiver's hands. Couldn't make the grab. It would have been short, but that's Seth Reitzma. Pass incomplete, so the Knights go 3 plays, back 4 yards, and Bulldog defense, according to schedule, gets a stop early.
Yeah, and that was Wadis Ashman coming in there again to break up that catch there, making sure that, that's 2 plays in a row where he's showing his name quick and getting on that ball fast.
Calvin to punt. Their man stands just outside their own 5-yard line. The punter is Logan Knapp. Snap is low but picked up, and the boot away by the righty will bounce at the Calvin 46 and take an Adrian bounce, where it will be fielded at the 44-yard line. And some great field position for this Bulldog offense led by Jake Calvert, 6'3", 232 grad student. D2 transfer. We'll see Shondell Hardnett in the backfield. Tyson Hill, the freshman from nearby Chelsea. But when you talk about these wide receivers, Sean, Jalen Wallace put himself in the record books a couple weeks ago. He's in the top 5 all-time Bulldogs in a game with receptions. Calvert to Wallace was electric, and he lines up on the right side of the offense here. 1st and 10 Dogs. Calvert from the shotgun. Here's Shondell Hardnett. The first offensive play for Adrian College, trying the left side, and leads ahead for 1, maybe 2 yards. Calvin stretches out that play and makes a stop after a short pickup by the junior.
99 Jaden Lewis on the stop of the Knights. 2nd and 8 from the 42.
Bulldogs to the ball in a hurry. Opening 2 minutes of this game, no score. Calvert the lefty rolls right. Jake gonna scramble. Jake lowers the shoulder, good for about 5 yards over the 40, and he's tackled at the 37. Wrapped up by Jaden Lewis. That's a freshman. And Sean, you look at the Adrian College side of things, they are playing a lot of new players, right? Some transfers and plenty of freshmen and sophomores. That Calvin roster, it's littered with freshmen and a handful of transfers.
Yeah, no, that Adrian offense did a great job at bringing in new pieces and new faces to perform today.
First 3rd down of the afternoon. Hardnett will get nowhere. Right through the middle of that line, the Knights bust through. Trevor Martin's one of the Knights in there, and it's an early 4th down decision for the Palka family, and the offense stays out there. I say Palka family, head coach Joe and son Tyler running the offense. So the Bulldogs going for it early on 4th down. 12 and 45 to go in our first quarter. No score from the Calvin 38. Motion a man out of the backfield. Calvert's alone in the shotgun. Jake looks left. Jake looking to run, makes a move, lowers the shoulder, and he is right near that line to gain. I don't think he got it. He needed the 34.5, and he got the 35. And I think that's a stop for the Knights and a 1st down, and it will be.
Yeah, that's a big play there for the Knights, and you can see how excited they are to make that stop. That's an instant 3 and out, and it's going to get Adrian back on defense. We haven't seen a 1st down yet today.
That's right. Calvin 0 for 1 on 3rd down. Bulldogs 0 for 1 on 3rd and 4th. I like the call to go for it, right? The play itself didn't result in a 1st down, but you're inside your opponent's 40. I think that's a go for it time. We're scoreless. 12:33 to go in our first quarter. QB takes, gives, trying the right side. Trey Brueggemann could not take the running back down. Instead, it's his teammate on the edge as Jair Harden with the rush, transfer student. 2-yard rush. Quickly to the line of scrimmage goes Bradman, the quarterback. He stands in the shotgun. Has 2 in the backfield now. The righty rolls to the left, feels pressure, throws short, caught, but banged down to the ground by Trey Brueggemann. Making the reception is the tight end Carter Pleisma, redshirt freshman. Knights to the line quickly on a third down.
On these third down and shorts, you're going to really want to watch that far side receiver, as he's a 6'7" freshman, and he's been one of their favorite targets this year.
Lined up on Kingston Blackman on the outside. Bradman to throw. Dogs bring pressure. White and Banton. Dante Banton with the sack. Big time loss. And we'll see the Knights punt unit as the Adrian 4 rushers got to the Calvin quarterback.
Yeah, no, the defensive line there does a great job. Everybody converging on that quarterback and not really giving him anywhere to roll to make sure he can get that ball away without it being intentional grounding.
Loss of 12 on the play. It's a 4th and 20. It's a sack for the Adrian defense. Knights to send it back again. Under 11 to play in our first quarter. No score. Bulldogs and Knights. This snap is low. Bounces right to the punter. And this is not ideal. It's a pop fly to center field. Takes an Adrian bounce. And the Knights do all they can to touch it up. And they will do that at their own 35-yard line, I believe. Maybe the 34. And that is not the punt you want. Logan Knapp. He's 1 for 2 on decent punts today.
Yeah, that first punt was very good. That punt looked like the low snap might have rushed his mechanics a little bit. And when you're rushed, it, especially at kicking, that can always mess you up.
So the second drive in plus territory for Adrian College this afternoon. They're looking for the first score, and so are we. First time ever between the Bulldogs and the Knights. Crumsey, the man in motion. It's a run play up the middle. Shondell Hardnett for 10. And it's an Adrian first down. Sort of a jet motion right to left and then sneak the running back on the counter.
No, that's a great play there, and you want to give it to your star player, and Shondell Hardnett has been that star player for them. Coming into today, averaging about 5.3 yards per carry, and he's broken off some big runs in there too.
There was a Knight injured, so we're going to step aside. Ian Wentz and Sean Whitmer on the Adrian College Sports Network. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, got out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. We're back in action. It's a run for Shondell Hardnett. Bounces it outside. Cuts back to the middle now. Down inside the Calvin University 20. Put him at the 18.5-yard line, and that's another tackle for Jaden Lewis. 6 foot 240 on that interior line for Calvin.
Calvin defense looked great on that first drive, and now they're starting to feel a little bit of that strength of the Adrian College offense. That's their running game. They're getting right into the teeth of this Calvin defense, and they're making things work.
Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer on the call, Jake Luckhart and Laura Witkowski behind the scenes today. Thank you for tuning in on the Adrian College Sports Network, wherever you may be listening or watching, right? We could be watching right now. Calvert on the keeper, Jake dancing through the middle. Not quite to first down yardage, but creeps down to the Knights' 16-yard line.
We see a lot nowadays with college offenses, the quarterback getting a lot of rushing attempts. For the Bulldogs, they switch their running backs quite often, and yet still their quarterback is going to be their second leading rusher in Calvert.
Bulldogs looking at a third down. They're 0 for 1 today. Toss sweep to Shondell Hardnett. Shondell needs the 15, and he's not getting it. That Calvin front line doing work. Big number 5. KJ Harp, 6'2" and 265. So Adrian from the 16, they went for a fourth down earlier, and now we're going to see the field goal unit try a field goal here to break the scoreless tie with 8:42 left and counting in this first quarter. Boyke on the season.
Boyke on the season is sitting at some good numbers. He has struggled with a little bit of efficiency from this area.
See if he can bang it through. The hold from Lopez. Boyke from 34. It is up, and he missed it wide to the right. Bulldog offense comes up empty as Boyke pushed it ever so slightly to the right. The Knights make a stop after Adrian forced a punt, and back and forth we go in a scoreless tie.
Yeah, coming into today, Boyke was 0 for 2 from that range. So
I'll make that 0 for 3. Tough break. Bulldog offense unable to generate a first down in this contest, so both defenses have had the upper hand. Adrian's back out on the field quickly. Knights will scrimmage from their own 20. Quarterback throws. There's a man open on the outside. First down, Knights up over their own 30-yard line. Reception made out there for number 18, Luke Mitchmerhusen. 6'4", 205 goes the freshman. Knights in a hurry up to the 36. This is a Calvin team that can score points. But they give up quite a few as well. This bounce to the outside on the far side of the field. That's Jair Harden with another carry. Good for about 3. So early on, looks like Calvin has the offense rolling here. Just haven't made the big plays to stay on the field. Second down and medium. Pressure, throws, caught. Tight coverage, though. Wadis Ashman quickly dumps the receiver. 85, Paul Balma, the fourth. No gain on the play. Third down and 8 for Calvin. Teams have struggled on third down early, to say the least. Bradman looks to the sideline. 3 receivers out to the right side. 1 alone to the left. Bulldogs show 4 across the front. Bradman takes. Bulldogs bring pressure. Bradman steps up, looking for the yardage. He's going to get it and more into Adrian College territory. The spin move inside the 35 and finally dropped inside that spot at around the 32-yard line. That is the longest play of the game.
yeah, and Bradman's not known as a runner like we see with Calbert on the other side, but when you give him space, any quarterback nowadays can run the football.
Knights to the line and try the middle. Not too much there for Harden. 5'9", 200-pound running back, and there is a flag thrown on this play. Get the call. Our first yellow hanky of the afternoon. We've seen more flags than scoring plays. So we're tied up at nothing mid-first quarter. We'll get the call here. It's an illegal substitution on the defense. 12 in formation before the snap, so Calvin will take the penalty. Moves them deeper into Bulldog territory.
You could see with the quick snap there, they noticed the Bulldogs trying to make a quick sub, and they didn't want to give them the opportunity. It looked like that was just a quick play call just to get the 5-yard penalty.
0-0, 6 and 15 to go in our rapid-moving first quarter. Bradman and the Knights. Bradman will take. He will give. Harden, there's a flag on this play as he breaks free. Juke move on the edge. He's got that sideline. He's going toward the pylon. He's going to be pushed out short, but it looks like likely this play will come back. Adrian fans hoping so here in the stands below us here at Docking Stadium. I believe it is coming back. Holding call on 64. Maybe they meant 54. Morgan Martinez. I don't see a 64 on the 2 deep. Oh, there he is, 64. Get the name in a moment. So they go from a first down and 10 and then a 5-yard penalty, and now we have a 10-yarder against the Knights. Do the math. It's a 1st and 15. 64 is Hugo Vanderwall, the freshman lineman. The senior quarterback, Bradman, will take the snap. Fake a run, throw to the left side. A little bit of running room as he's finally forced out of bounds. Seth Anderson with that reception. The Bulldog tackle 47, Ethan Layton. So they get the penalty yardage back and then a few more.
Yeah, that was just a quick bubble screen out there to the left to get some yardage and make it a manageable second down here.
Knights to the line. 5:15 left in the opening quarter. Send a man in motion. Bradman throws deep. Back shoulder. Catch made. Inbounds inside the 10-yard line.
That's complete to Luke Mitchell.
Boy, it looked like there may have been a push-off from the naked eye. Luke Mitchberhausen with the reception. That's all 6'7", 220 pounds. Calvin looking to break through here. First and goal from the 4. Run it to the edge. There's nothing there but Bulldog helmets and shoulder pads. Russell Dixon maybe lost a yard on the play. Ethan Layton laying the hit. So this is off the Adrian College missed field goal. Key play was a Chase Bradman long run, a scamper for a first down. Now it's second down and goal from the 4.
Down here on the goal line, you're going to watch that jump ball in the corner to number 18, Luke Mitchberhausen, because...
And that's where they're going, up into the air, and it's batted around and falls to the turf and incomplete. Good call, Sean. The coverage on the outside was well done by the Bulldogs.
Yeah, coming out into the formation there, you're going to want to look at the height mismatch there in the corner position. That's going to lead to a lot of jump balls down in this situation, but the corner did a great job there making sure he played through the football.
So the Knights bring out a power formation. There's no one split out wide. Third and goal from the Adrian College 4. Quarterback fakes it, rolls to the left, got a man at the 2, dives toward the end zone, and he's in, says the near sideline judge for the Calvin score. Seth Anderson caught the ball at the 2, spun around and reached out the extension. They say was enough for the touchdown, and the Knights have struck first in the first quarter, 6-0.
And that's going to be Seth Anderson's first touchdown on the season for the Knights. Not someone they usually go to there in the red area.
What a beautiful sunny afternoon. I'm not even going to guess how many hundreds and probably a couple thousand people here today. They're stunned by the score early as the Knights bang the extra point through, and with 4 minutes and 8 seconds left in the opening quarter, it's the visitors from Calvin, 7. Your Adrian College Bulldogs, nothing. We'll be back after this 30-second timeout on the Adrian College Sports Network. Hello and welcome back to Docking Stadium on the campus of Adrian College and the first ever.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the...
We'll see if they want to kick this one to Aberger, as he has done a great job at returning kicks this year.
It's high, and this will be returnable. On the 15. Getting to the edge. Here's Chris Crumsey. Crumsey to the 50. Cuts back to the sideline. Look at Chris go inside the Calvin 25-yard line. That's the spark this team may have needed, and Chris Crumsey provides it. The speedster from Detroit sets up this offense with their third consecutive possession inside Calvin territory.
Yeah, and I said I wasn't sure if they'd want to kick it to Aberger because he's the one usually back there, but that's Crumsey's first kick return of the season, and he made an explosive play there.
Well, they didn't want to kick it to Aberger, so they tried Crumsey, and so far the Knights have paid for it. They mark Chris down at the 21-yard line. 7-0 Knights, 3:57 here in the first quarter. Calvert on the run fake. Jake cuts back into the 15-yard line, and he gets wrapped up after a good rush by Jake. But give him about 7 yards on the run.
It's a great play there. Designed quarterback run, just going to be a QB power. Looked like it was designed to go straight up the middle. He bounced it a little bit to the left, found his opening, and took advantage of it.
Derek Price and Josh Rempert enter the game. 2 backup running backs for Calvert, who's in the shotgun. Tyson Hill is in the backfield. It's going to be a give off to one of the running backs. Oh, and he gets hit hard at the 18-yard line. Maybe a yard on the rush, but he paid for it. That's 28. Josh Rempert, the freshman. That's normally the spot where Aberger would line up. And here comes Ethan, number 3. So now it's another 3rd down for Adrian College. Unsuccessful on 3rd downs today. Trips receivers lined up to the left side, sort of tight to the line, and the Knights jump. And we're waiting for the flag, and there it is. I mean, Calvin came across, and then Adrian flinched, so that should be a false start, or a offsides. And that is the call. Only 91 got a little too jumpy. That's Marcus Bruker, the junior, for Calvin. It's a 1st and goal. Adrian inside the 10. Well, that's one way to convert a 3rd down.
Curious if they'll go to the same formation here with Brumley at the head of that trips, their big tight end, and it looks like they aren't going to go with the same formation after all.
They're now 1 for 3 on 3rd down. Calvert is going to be alone in the shotgun. 1st and goal from the Calvin 8. Aberger, the man in motion. It's run fake to Ethan. Calvert, middle to the 5, down inside the 3-yard line. Little run fake to the left side. And it's going to be a 2nd and goal, and here come the big boys on 2nd and goal.
Yeah, and a nice play design here would be a QB power up the middle. They've done it twice on this drive already, but that gives you 10 guys to block and 1 guy to carry. You get your quarterback running forward.
Chase Barbosa lined up in the backfield along with Hardnett, and it's Trey Brueggemann, the 3rd man through, and Trey leads to the goal line. He's in for the Adrian College touchdown. Trey Brueggemann, the power back, showed his strength, fought for the goal line, and got 6.
That's going to be his 2nd touchdown on the year with only about 4 carries.
Short field set up by the kickoff return by Chris Crumsey. Brueggemann does the rest, and we're an extra point away from a tied football game as Boyke is on for the extra point. Mark Lopez will do the holding, and Jack on for the game-tying kick. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is fading to the right, but he snuck it through the upright and into the combined band down at the north side of this field. All right, Docking Stadium's alive and well. We're tied at 7, late 1st quarter. We'll be back with more after this 30-second timeout. You're tuned in to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Good afternoon and welcome back to the Adrian College Sports Network. The Bulldogs drive it.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo.
Yards in 4 plays to tie up this ball game. Ian Went and Sean Whitmer with you on the Adrian College Sports Network. It's a warm, sunny day in Adrian, and it's time to pump it up. The kickoff by Boyke. It's high, but it will not be returned. It falls into the end zone between the 2 L's and Bulldogs, so the Knights had a lead, but not for very long. A nice Adrian answer offensively, and now the defense can get back locked in.
Yeah, no, you want to see this defense powerful here at the start of this drive. Not let anything happen, get them off schedule early, and we could see the Bulldogs take advantage here quick.
A minute and 49 left in the first quarter. Tied up again. The Knights a little confidence boost after the last offensive possession. Bradman, the QB, will take the shotgun snap. Hands it off to the middle, and there's a pack of Bulldogs there to drop him for no gain. Didn't want to go down, but eventually persuaded by the gentleman in black, gray, and gold. Washington credited with the tackle. Bulldogs have 4 across the front. Trips tight to the left side of the line of scrimmage for Calvin. They have a run fake going. Pursued pressure. The throw and the sliding grab is made up at the 43-yard line. That's a grab by number 82, McCoy Baxter, sliding, beating the coverage, and my goodness, Chase Bradman put that on the money. 1st and 10 at the 42, run through the middle, up to the 45. Harden to maybe the 46-yard line of Calvin. Final minute of this opening quarter. Tied up at 7. Gone are the days of huddle up offense. As Bradman to the line of scrimmage already. There's movement and there is a flag, yes. It's hard to disguise yourself, Sean, if you're number 79 down there. Bryce Perko, the 79, yeah, Bryce Perko, listed as a defensive lineman. Big man out there, hard to hide it.
I mean, tallest offensive lineman on their front there, and when the tallest guy moves, it's real easy for the refs to see that one.
Especially on the end of the line of scrimmage. So it makes a 2nd down and 6. Turns it into a 2nd and 11, final 35 seconds of this first quarter. Trips to the left. Bradman to throw. Rolls to the right, now cuts back. Throws it out into the flat. It's caught by his running back, Harden. Slips an ankle tackle. Down the sideline into Adrian College territory. Cutting back at the 35 to the 30. Misses another tackle. Dogs chasing him down near the 20-yard line. And my goodness, tackling in the open field has been a point of concern for Coach Shields' defense today.
Yeah, and that's a great job by the running back, making sure he stays available and stays focused even with his quarterback going the other way. Nice safety valve there.
And that's going to put the first quarter in the books, and a historic quarter at that. The first ever meeting on the football field between Adrian College and Calvin University. We are going to the second. The way we started the game, we're tied, but it's 7-7. You're tuned in to Adrian College Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
As we honor our student scholar of the game.
Welcome to
Recognize today's student scholar.
Just 30. And can you do a hand countdown?
Yeah, that was my fault.
That's okay. You're fine. We're all learning.
Megan told me for the PCS.
Okay.
Vanessa, daughter of Pat and Steve Rubin, is a junior from Lamont, Illinois. Vanessa has earned a GPA of 3.8 while pursuing a bachelor's in sport management. Vanessa is a member of the women's NCAA ice hockey team, president of the Rand Magnus Club, a member of the honors program after graduation in spring of 2026. Vanessa is hoping to pursue a career with a pro sports team. Fans, let's give it up for Vanessa Rubin.
Hello and welcome back to the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wentz and Sean Whitmer with you up in the booth. It's a bright sunny day at Docking Stadium. Teams switch sides of the field, so the Knights will begin the second quarter from south to north into the Bulldog and combined marching bands. We hear them making noise on a 1st and 10 after the long catch and run by Harden. Play to the middle, and Leverett is right there to swallow up the running back. No room for Ronan Russell-Dixon. Avion Leverett. This guy is, as you might imagine, one of the more spirited and animated Bulldogs you're going to meet. And, Sean, I see you nod your head up and down in approval. He's a fun guy to be around, isn't he?
Yes, he's an amazing guy to be around. Always lifts the room up, always energetic.
And here's some pressure immediately. And he throws to no one. There is nobody within 20 yards. And they're going to huddle up. I mean, there's no receiver anywhere near where the Knights quarterback threw it. He did not escape the pocket. It did get over the line of scrimmage. They say he wasn't outside of the tackle box. That is, boy, if you're watching this game, that's a miss and a break for the Knights. I know we're biased up here in the booth, but, I mean, it was Bradman feeling pressure, and they say he didn't leave the tackle box. I mean, there was no receiver within 20 yards.
Yeah, that's a clear intentional grounding situation there.
So here they go, 3rd down and 10. Bulldogs collapsing the pocket, but Bradman throws far side up into the air. It's caught out of bounds. Incomplete, intended for Seth Ritzema, the freshman. He caught the ball, but the Bulldogs used the sideline to their advantage. Incompletion and a 4th down for Calvin.
Curious in that situation why we're not seeing Luke Mitchmerheisen in there with the height advantage that he's already shown in this game and the ability to catch those jump balls.
It looks like Braden Whitaker was in coverage. That's probably Adrian's tallest skill position player. So putting him at corner to try to defend these Calvin receivers. So the Knights trying to take the lead for the second time. In for the kick is Sal Ruffino. From 35 yards, it's up, it's end over end, and it is between the uprights. So the Knights, with the aid of another long catch and run by their running back, Hardin, stall out at around the 20. They kick a field goal and take a 10-7 lead. We'll keep it right here. 14-19 left in this second quarter. Looking at some of our
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs.
Evan Raymond, the freshman kicker, has the ball on the tee at the 35. He'll send it into the Adrian sky, win someone at his back. He will drive the Bulldog return man deep into the end zone. And that's a touchback as Trey Brueggemann does it all for the Bulldogs. He rushed one in for 6. He was a linebacker, and apparently he's a kick returner too, the youngster from Bedford.
Yeah, when you can trust someone's hands back there, if they're going to just take a knee, it's a safe bet that they're going to catch that ball and be able to do it well. So,
sure-handed kick return. So now the Bulldogs hit the field from their own 25, trailing by 3. The wind is not a factor, though the sun might be, as the Bulldogs' shadows are behind them, the sun in their face. Calvert is alone in the shotgun. 5 into the pattern for Jake. Throws near side, caught by Jalen Wallace. And that little 5-yard out route was there all game against Albion, and that is where the majority of Calvert's throws went. And Wallace had a career day as a Bulldog a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, coming into today, Wallace is sitting at about 18 more receptions on the year than the next closest Bulldog wide receiver.
Trips to the right. Calvert looking to throw the second straight time. Throws out there, went up and caught it. Caden Fox with a beautiful catch. That's a Bulldog 1st and 10. So Adrian, the first number of drives ran the ball. We've seen 2 passes to open up this one and give him 11 yards on a 1st and 10.
I mean, if the pass is going to work, you're going to usually get bigger chunks out of that, so it's a smart thing to go to when it's working.
Calvert alone in the backfield. He's going to look to step up, and he's going to get swallowed up and taken down for a loss. 55 for the Knights. Austin Fenich redshirt freshman with a sack. And it's a 4-yard loss for Calvert.
And in college, that's going to go against Calvert's rushing yards there. But at the end of the day, from what we see, that's going to look like a failed pass attempt.
Good discipline in their rush lanes, right, defensively for the Knights. Don't over-pursue. You never know, the quarterback might jump right up into your rushing lane. The Bulldogs have an alignment problem. There are 5 seconds on the play clock, and Coach Delpalka will call a timeout. So the Bulldogs looking at a 2nd and 14 at their own 32. They trail the Knights 10-7 here at home. 12 and 51 left in this half. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're tuned into Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Okay. You're welcome. Do you want my hat? Or Sean, do you need a hat?
I'm good. I'm able to see pretty well from my angle. I can always back up and look, and the sun doesn't hit me, so.
Hello and welcome back to the Adrian College Sports Network. Early second quarter, the Bulldogs down by a field goal. Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer with you up in the booth. Family day at Adrian College, and you can tell family and friends are here at Docking Stadium. Attendance has been great this season. This might be the most people I've seen in the stadium for the football game this year. Calvert on the run. Jake throws short, caught on the run by Ethan Aberger. He's going to be taken down and escorted out of play after no gain, maybe a yard actually. 24 gets credited for the tackle, Noah Funk.
That's a good job there for the Adrian offense. You get sacked on one play, the very next play you're going to get your quarterback moving, making it a harder sack to get for that Calvin offense, or Calvin defense, sorry.
Trips out to the right side. At the right hash mark, Ethan Aberger, the man in motion. Calvert looking to run. Jake, shimmy shake. He's not going to get it. He needed 13, and he's going to get 3. Well, that may have worked against Madonna, but it's not working against Calvin. This Knights defense has done a very good job this afternoon, and the Bulldogs will punt for the first time today, as we'll see Sammy Lafata.
Sammy Lafata, a great punter last year, been a great punter again this year.
A left-footed wonder, right? Sammy Lafata, all-conference caliber player. 4th and 9 for Adrian at their own 37. Snap is good by Noah Heide. Foot to leather for Lafata. It's a booming kick. Bounces for the Knights' favor and touched up inside the 40 by Adrian's outside player. That was 22, Kingston Blackman. All right, the Knights now with the football and a 3-point lead. They've been able to move that football up and down the field so far.
Yeah, you want to see this Bulldog defense really rally around each other and make some good stops here. It's going to come down to them if they want to win this game down by 3.
Bradman today is 9 of 14, 101 yards and a touchdown. Rushing the ball, Bradman also leads the Knights. 2 carries for 30 yards. It's a first down at the 38-yard line. Bradman looking to throw, and he's going to get swallowed under. Mike White introduces himself to the Calvin backfield. It's a big-time loss and a second down upcoming.
Yeah, and it looked like Mike White was just untouched there. It almost looked like no one wanted to even try to block him.
I would not either. All right, here's a short screen pass to the left side, and the Knights will get some of the sack yardage back as the quick catch and run. Number 8 with the catch, Seth Anderson. So a third down for the Knights.
This is going to be a 3rd and 10, too, so it's got a little bit of distance for them.
2 of 5 this afternoon are the Knights. On third down, they need 11. Bradman will take the snap. Pressure by Broom. He will not escape the sack by Randall Broom. And 93 enters his name into the stat sheet. And you talk about like an ultimate football captain, it's Randall Broom, 93.
Yeah, and you can hear every time he makes a play, the student section and the team will sit there and chant his last name because he has that sort of effect on this team.
Yeah, they're not booing him, they are brooming him. And the Knights go backwards on this possession. 10:08 and counting in this first half. 70 and sunny here at Docking Stadium. Here's some pressure on the punt. He does get it off, bounces just inside the 50, scampers toward the Bulldog sideline, and will get a very nice roll at the 36, maybe 37-yard line, where we'll be at 1st and 10 for this Adrian College offense. Would sputtering be a good word for the Adrian offense?
Yeah, I mean, when you look at what they've been able to do, it's been quick passing, it's been a couple explosive runs, but their consistency hasn't been there. And that's the one main thing you want in an offense to be successful is consistency.
Ball will be at the 36-yard line. One of the worst starting field positions for Adrian College today. The Calvin 44, Calvin 35, Calvin 21, Adrian 25 are the drive starters. Here is Shondell Hardnett spinning through some nights, some oohs and ahs from the crowd as Shondell puts him in the spin cycle up to the 41.
That's a very impressive spin there. He didn't just spin. He jumped into a tackle, spun out of that tackle, and then tried to get going again.
Junior transfer. And noticeably a change at quarterback as Noah Heide is in the ball game. Senior quarterback Noah Heide will run fake, throw right side, catch by Wallace, slips a tackle. Wallace into the Calvin secondary, down to the 28-yard line. And Noah Heide, welcome to this game. 1st and 10 Adrian and a whole lot more.
That's a great play there by Heide. As we've seen, he started the season. Well, he was benched for Calvert. Now Heide comes back in and he's firing up this offense here.
I'm trying to see if we can figure out where Calvert is. But in the meantime, here goes this offense. Heide will take and give. Hardnett upended after a gain of a couple. 35 with the stop for Calvin. That is Kai Hanog, freshman linebacker.
2 to the 26. 2nd down and 8.
8 yards to go for the Adrian College offense. Big catch and run by Jalen Wallace. They have it set up at the Calvin 26, trailing by 3. 8:20 to go in our first half. Heide claps his hands, takes the ball, hands it off. Hardnett. Shondell with some room off the edge. Near a first down. He's right at the sticks. And hang on if it's a first down or not. We have no official word yet. Looks to be a 3rd down and short. And now they move the sticks. Okay. All right. I never saw an indication, Sean, but eventually they do move the chains.
Yeah, and that could be a big play there because 3rd and inches, you think that it's going to be easy, but 3rd and inches can sneak up on you. That can really foil some plans there in the drive. But 1st and 10, and you still have a first down before the goal line.
The officials call a timeout as it's hard to tell what needs to happen. Okay, they're going to change the clock back to 7:43. It's marked a first down for Adrian at the Calvin 18. Noah Heide quarterbacking this drive for Adrian College as Jake Calvert is out of the game. Unsure why, if there's an injury or if it was performance, and not going to really speculate. Here's a throw by Heide, going for Wallace, back shoulder. Nearly had him. And there are flags on this play in the area of holding. Right at the line of scrimmage. Or the Knights were offside, lining up. Okay, block below the waist on the Calvin defense. Dogs will take it, move those chains.
Yeah, and that's a call that's a little bit more rare. You don't see it as often, but it's a player safety call. You don't want to see these offensive linemen getting hurt when they're trying to block. So they added that call in to make it more player safety aware.
Yeah, don't just favor the wide receivers, right? Linemen are people too. It's going to give Adrian a 1st and goal from the Calvin 9. 7:26 in this second quarter, and the officials are going to stop play again. Sun is beaming down here on Kapnick Field. And now the officials are ready for play. And so are we. Noah Heide will take the shotgun snap, looking for Hardnett. Gets through one tackle, but not the second one. Quickly into the backfield were the Knights. Bulldogs have struggled to run the football today, and going up against a lot of freshmen, you like to think that you can take care of the line of scrimmage, but Calvin's defensive line has done the job.
Well, it's a little bit of a more rare defense running this 3-3-5 look they have. That can throw things off from a lineman's perspective.
Heide in the shotgun snap, second and goal from the 11. Noah throws near side, backside shoulder, going for Wallace, falls incomplete. 6:50 left in this first half, and you don't want to look too far ahead, but if you don't gain any yardage here, field goal would be about 30 yards, and Boyke's 0 for 1 today.
Yeah, if I can gain 3 or 4 yards here, I'm going to definitely be thinking about going for it if I'm the coach.
6:50 clock stops in the second quarter. First ever meeting between Adrian and Calvin. Bulldogs down by 3. Noah Heide in at quarterback. Heide claps his hands, run fake, throwing left side. Catch made by Crumsey at the 5. Dives for the pylon. Looking, waiting. He is marked. Where is he? Is he in or no? Touchdown, Adrian College! Delayed gratification for Chris Crumsey. And Noah Heide has entered the chat. A touchdown pass on 3rd and goal from the 11. Chris Crumsey, 2 impact plays in this game, and this one gives Adrian the lead.
Yeah, and that's been Crumsey's job all year. Get the team going. Be that offensive spark. And there's that old adage, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. Well, Adrian would like to argue that adage because they have 2 quarterbacks.
Hail Adrian from the Bulldog Marching Band. And the high schoolers making the trip here as well. Boyke to make this a 4-point advantage. Kicking toward the James F. Thomas Pavilion on the south end zone. Boyke's extra point is up, and it is true. And with that, the first lead of the afternoon for the black and the gold. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. With 6:44 left in the half, it's Adrian 14, Calvin 10 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe...
Hello and welcome back to the Adrian College Sports Network, but we know you never left. Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer in the booth alongside engineer Jake Luckhart and Laura Witkowski this afternoon. What an absolutely picturesque fall afternoon in southern Michigan. And the score favors the Bulldogs 14-10 after an 11-yard catch and run by Chris Crumsey from Adrian quarterback Noah Heide. 14-10 against Calvin. With the lead now are the Bulldogs, and Boyke, who just kicked the extra point, will line up for the kickoff from the middle of the field at the 35. Jack's run up and kick. It's high. It can be returned. That wind knocking that ball down just inside the 15, and they drag him down near the 25-yard line. Looked like Mike White. And on the tackle for Adrian College, I can tell there's the Mike White cheering section down to my right, so that could be a good indicator that certainly Mr. White made the tackle.
It's always nice to have those sound indicators for you. If you can't see the number, who's cheering?
That's right. The sun and the pole here at this setup preventing me from getting the best view. So we're going to mark it up to the 25-yard line. 6:38 left in this half. Calvin trailing for the first time today. Handed off left side. Good for a couple to Jair Harden. Again, 5'9", 200. That's a low center of gravity, and Trey Brueggemann made the tackle.
So Trey Brueggemann already has a rushing touchdown today. He's caught a kick return. Now he's making tackles.
2nd and long for the Knights. Flag on this play. Harden gets flipped over. And that's 22 coming off the field quickly, injured. Kingston Blackman grabbing at his hip. That flag came from the near side of the field along the sideline. You wonder what this flag will be. And a conference by the gentleman in stripes. And we'll get the call. Get the microphone flipped on. All right, so it was going to be an illegal substitution. I heard the beckoning from the fans. They said, we only played with 10. That's not against the rules. You don't want to do it. Tackle results in a 3rd down and short.
Yeah, you can't penalize a team when they penalize themselves.
That's right. 3rd down, the Knights need their own 35-yard line. Under 6 to play in the opening half. Bulldogs by 4, 14-10. Bradman gives it off to the middle. Bulldogs bring a run blitz, and there will be no room had on this play. Tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for Harden. And give credit to the Adrian interior, right? I think Calvin's successful runs have been to the edge. The middle's been taken care of.
Yeah, the Bulldog interior has always been something that they pride themselves on. Those defensive tackles and those linebackers coming up.
Knights line up to potentially go for it, but instead, no, Bradman's going to punt it away last moment. Wow. Bounces at the Adrian 35 and takes a Calvin roll inside the 10. There is a flag on the play, too. And let's try to verbally describe what just happened there. Bradman was lined up and the quarterback position and then sprinted back to be punter, faked a throw, punted the football away, and it bounced at the Adrian 31-yard line, and I believe it was touched there by a Knight. And Calvin Calvin arguing that an Adrian player touched the ball on the punt, and then they picked it up and ran into the end zone.
Well, if you look at the stat sheet, actually, Bradman has a punt already on the year, so that makes me curious. This was probably the 2nd time that they've tried this, maybe why the Bulldogs weren't caught so off guard by it.
And the conference at the Adrian College 31-yard line. Calvin beckoning for a touchdown, as Adrian did moments ago on the Chris Crumsey touchdown catch. And now digging through the rule book. I don't believe it hit an Adrian player. But that's just from our vantage point. You have 6 sets of eyes looking at the play. No one signaled touchdown. There was a flag thrown at the 31. That would assume be where the ball hit. And some more waiting and some anxious fans at Docking Stadium.
And even if that ball did hit an Adrian player, on a punt like that, when it's touched, you can't return it for a touchdown. It's a dead ball right where it's picked up by the other team.
We'll get the explanation. All right, so the flag was actually a flag at the 31. All of that conference for a simple block in the back on Calvin on the kickoff from the punt, I should say. So here we go, an Adrian College possession that'll begin at the 41-yard line. And Noah Heidi's still in the football game, Sean. I'm trying to look for Calvert on the sideline, and I don't see him, so that would lead me to think he's not feeling well. 14-10 Adrian, though Heidi just led him on a touchdown drive. Tyson Hill is the tailback. Heidi looking to throw out of it, going deep. Whitaker just outside of his outstretched arms. Airtight coverage for number 2, Dylan DeHop. So, I mean, that's a nice aggressive play for Heidi to just try that throw.
And, of course, you look down below us and you see some fans wanting some pass interference there. I think even if there was pass interference, that ball may have been deemed uncatchable by the refs, therefore waiving off any potential pass interference.
2nd down and 10 for Heidi. From the 41-yard line, Hill is still the back. Run fake to Tyson. Hill dumps it off to his tight end. Drew Calvert gets upended at the 46-yard line. And yes, that is Jake Calvert's brother. No, that's 81, excuse me. I got the wrong name here. That's Ryan McDonald. And there was a flag at the end of the play. Well after the end of the play, closer to the beginning of the next play. And Adrian's Cade Fox with his hands on his hips.
A lot of times with flags at that time of play, it's going to be unsportsmanlike or it's going to be a sideline warning from one of the two teams.
I mean, McDonald got hit very low, and you wonder if Fox said something. So they're going to call a pass interference. I mean, that flag came in late, so are they going to say it was a pick play by Fox to get McDonald open? That's got to be what the official saw on the near side of the field.
That's a weird time to throw a pass interference call. That was almost 5 seconds after the play was stopped and the next play was getting ready to start, like you said. To throw a pass interference call that late, it's a little bit questionable here for the fans.
4:48 left in this half. It's Adrian College 14, Calvin University 10. It's a 2nd down and 25. Heidi from the gun, claps his hands, takes the ball, gives it off to Hill. Tyson slips through one tackle and a second, leans ahead to the 31-yard line on the left hash. And the freshman from Chelsea getting some playing time here.
Yeah, and when the Bulldogs don't have Kelbert out there and they're running with a traditional second back, it's going to be Tyson Hill for them today.
So now it's a 3rd down and forever. Ball to 31 of Adrian. They need the Calvin 49-yard line. McDonald, the man in motion. Heidi, straight drop to the right. Now throws it back to the left. Ryan Brumley, the tight end with the catch. Up to the 35, and that's it. Calvin not fooled. Making the shoestring tackle was 17, Carson Schernstein. And the Bulldogs will punt. That penalty killed that drive. The second one for Noah Heidi.
The question here is, do you have a backup long snapper? Because Heidi's your starting quarterback. Do you still want him long snapping out there?
Well, he's out there ready for it. I mean, you probably do. Nice snap by Heidi. LaFata puts foot to leather. It's going to be fair caught at the 32-yard line. That's where Calvin will take over. 15, that is Tyler Porter. Or it's probably 15, Caden Kolanowski, the freshman defensive back. So the Bulldogs punted away. They still maintain a 14-10 lead. Notable injury possibly to Jake Kelbert. The other notable player not on the field for Adrian is Cade Merlin, defensive tackle. 1st and 10 Knights at their own 37. Toss play to Harden. Harden grabbed, spun around, and will be tackled out by the defensive end of Adrian College, Darrell Washington.
Got to like that if you're the Adrian defensive coordinator here. You're sitting there and you're going to mass sub your defensive line. You're going to get a whole second line in there, and they're still going to do the job, and they're going to do it well.
2nd down and 12, back to the 35-yard line. Bradman, the QB, will throw fake and not go anywhere. Chris Jackson wraps up the Calvin quarterback. It was a fake screen, and he was going to run with it, but Jackson said not today.
Yeah, and Jackson being a sophomore, he's still a young player. Didn't play a lot last year, but this year he's coming in and he's made a good impact for him as a substitute defensive tackle.
Bulldogs bring out their pass rush set here. It's a 3rd and long for Calvin. Bradman rolling straight out to the left side, throws that way, caught short of the sticks and dropped on the sideline. And they blow the play dead. Incomplete is the call on the field.
Is incomplete.
Good coverage right in front of that Calvin sideline. So with 2:20 left, the clock will stop and we'll see the Calvin special teams. And they just clarify it is an incomplete pass. We'll see the Calvin punt unit again. Some fireworks for a little bit, and now we're seeing the defenses back to form.
Yeah, and you got to like that awareness there by Brueggemann. It was an incomplete pass, but he was aware enough to pick that ball up and try to get on it just in case it was a fumble, because if it is a fumble later, they can't give a possession if no one grabs the ball.
And there's a flag on the play. They didn't get the snap off in time. Play clock beat the snap. And that'll back up the Knights 5 more yards. The wind favors Calvin in the second quarter. 2:20 left in it. 2-minute timeout, and the Bulldogs with 2 timeouts left. And their quarterback, Heidi, engineered 1 touchdown drive. Calvin back to punt. It's Logan Knapp. This is a nice kick. Driving Aberger back. And the ball will bounce inside the 30 and roll inside the 20. And a friendly Knights roll. It's still going. And it will rest at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, and Logan Knapp has been a good punter this year. Almost 700 yards. Probably hit 700 yards today on his punting.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, it helps when you get a 20-yard roll after it hits. That's what you try to do if you're a punter. Sets up this Adrian offense deep in their own end. Noah Heidi jogs out with his offense. Shandell Hardnett, Kate Fox, Jalen Wallace, McDonald, and Brumley, the tight ends. Heidi will line up in the shotgun with Shandell off to his left hip. 1st and 10 from the 10. Bulldog running back Hardnett bounces it outside and leans through a couple of hits to the 15. And the tackle partially was by number 15 for the Knights. And that would be Kaden Kolanowski. And with that, it's the 2-minute timeout here at Docking Stadium. It's family day at Adrian College. 2 minutes left in this half. It's the Bulldogs 14 and the Knights 10. You're tuned in to Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Can you do a non-verbal countdown?
Yeah.
Okay.
So BCN is not going to commercial for 2-minute timeout, so you guys just let me know when you're ready. If you want to.
The Department of Performing Arts invites you to its third annual Halloween concert.
Well, just the one 30-second.
This is the 15 or the 4-minute one for walking breaks.
So at 3:30 point at me.
Don't miss out.
At the 3:30 point to me.
Okay.
We'll count down from that.
Right now we're at 48 seconds right now.
Hello and welcome back to the Adrian College Sports Network. Happy to have you along with us on a Saturday afternoon. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer, Jake Luckhart, and Laura Witkowski making this broadcast come together. Bulldogs looking at a 2nd down and 5 after a good run by Shandell Hardnett. Bulldogs up by 4. Actually, 1:58 left in this half. Heidi will take the snap and give it off to the middle. There's some room for Hardnett. Shandell stiff arm at the 30. Down to the 32-yard line he goes. Making the tackle is Dylan DeHop. 1st down, Hardnett.
Bulldogs looking to go quick now.
And 2 timeouts left in this half. Hardnett trying to get to the edge. It's going to take 3 or 4 Knights to take him down. In fact, he's not yet. And he doesn't actually get taken to the turf as Shandell does a lot of work for 1.5 yards. Bulldogs in hurry-up mode with 2 timeouts and a lead of 4. Noah Heidi in for Jake Calbert. Unsure if he is hurt or not. I have not seen number 9 on the sideline. Noah Heidi throws. Oh, what a diving attempt and a catch made by Ryan Brumley. And there's a timeout on the field taken by Calvin. A 3rd down and 2. And boy, what a nice grab by Ryan Brumley. That should have got more applause than I think it did. Big man stretching out to his left to make a good catch.
Yeah, and that's a part of Brumley's game you just don't see him get enough credit for. He's a great receiving tight end, but with his size, a lot of people like him to be that blocking tight end that he's.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being...
The Knights show pressure. Bulldogs run into it. Hard net. Got the first down up over the 40 to the 43-yard line. He goes. Clock will stop as they move the chains, and the Bulldogs will switch big men for speedsters as Brady Raymond and Cade Fox come into the ball game. They're out to the left side with Jalen Wallace. One receiver alone up top. Heidi will take the shotgun snap. Roll left all the way. Throw near sideline. Caught by Fox. And Cade is out of bounds. Right at the 50-yard line. Pushed out by Noah Funk. Good pickup of 7 yards. Heidi coming into this game in relief of Jake Calvert. Done a very good job. Heidi 4 of 6 for 52 yards and a touchdown. Heidi looking for more. Takes the direct shotgun snap. Throws dangerously, and it is intercepted. Picked off at the Calvin 46-yard line. It's Isaac Northhouse jumping in front of that pass by Heidi. And the Knights take over 1st and 10 at their own 46.
Yeah, and that's going to be his first interception on the year, and it couldn't have came at a better time. Only 30 seconds left. You're down by 4 before the half, and your team needs the ball back so that they can score just before the half.
Heidi's had a problem throwing the ball to the wrong team in limited action this season. Bulldogs need to make a stop here. Lead it by 4, 36 seconds left in the half. Bradman, the Calvin quarterback, will run fake. Throw left side near the sideline, incomplete. Tight coverage over there by Quincy Dorsey. Scored a touchdown on a long pick 6 against Albion 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, that pick 6, he went 82 yards to complete that touchdown.
Same spot for 2nd down. Trips tight to the line of scrimmage on the right side. Bradman gets hit into the backfield. Boy, lucky to hold on to that football because Adrian was there in a flash, and the Mike White cheering section is loving that from number 11. And he pointed over to him too. I love that. It's a loss of 7 on the play. And with 9 seconds left, Calvin might be content to maybe try one more play, and if not, just send us to halftime. And they will not get the snap off. So that is the end of the first half. It was a struggle, but Adrian finds themselves ahead at the break. 14-10 Adrian over Calvin. We've hit the halftime mark here at Docking Stadium. Our halftime report coming up next. 14-10 Dogs. You're tuned in to the home of Bulldog football, the Adrian College Sports Network. All right, play something significant, maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah, I got the break going right now. This is 15. And then, do you guys want to do like do you want to come in early and do like an open?
Yeah.
At what point do you want to do that?
In about 10 minutes.
10 minutes? Okay, sweet.
Well, football fans, today's halftime show is brought to you by the Michigan Army National Guard. The next greatest generation is now.
Yeah, that's. I have to go to the bathroom.
Well, fans, please welcome to the field Adrian College dance team. They will be performing a pom routine choreographed by head coach Aaron Aran. up for your Adrian College dance team. Now, fans, please welcome to the field the Adrian College cheer team. Today's stunts were choreographed by head cheer coach Jenny Wheaton. Fans, let's give it up for the Bulldog cheer team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the field the spirit of the stadium, your Bulldog marching band. For our Band Day 2024 celebration, we also want to welcome student representatives from the following high schools: Camden Frontier, Charlotte, Climax Scotts, Farwell, Jonesville, Leslie, Lincoln, Monroe, Star International Academy, and Tecumseh, as well as our very own Adrian College Band alumni. We open our Beatles tribute with a song that hit the airwaves in 1962. This song wasn't just another single. It was a sonic revolution that marked the beginning of a new era in rock and roll. Released by a then relatively unknown band from Liverpool, this catchy tune swiftly captured the hearts of audiences and set the stage for musical upheaval. Its raw, infectious energy represented a fresh departure from the polished pop sounds of the time, paving the way for the rock and roll explosion that would soon dominate the world. Here's our all-star band performing Love Me Do.
Now, as you face the world outside this academic haven, the concept of courage must not be left behind in your textbooks. It should be as alive in you today as your ambition to change the world for the better.
We were all born to be a Bulldog. Life drew us to this school, these people, and this tiny town. You were meant to be here to make a difference and to grow within yourself for the better. But what does it mean to truly be a Bulldog? Well, to scratch the surface, the students of Adrian College are anything but ordinary. The pride, grit, perseverance, and passion is absolutely unmatched. Good luck and congratulations, class of 2024. And know that today is yet another Bulldog victory.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today. Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13-to-1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our communication arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want to become. Our first-year student experience is award-winning. You'll make lifelong friends here, meet mentors, and maybe even meet that special someone. The Kane Student Center is open 24 hours a day, and there's a lot going on here. The Bulldog Beanery has all of your hot drinks. Pause and Go is our on-campus convenience store. The bookstore is where you'll get all of your Bulldog gear, and you can just hang out and study in the skyboxes. Not far away is the Shipman Library. The Shipman has quiet, relaxing spaces for you to study in. You can check out books from thousands of libraries around the country, and the Shipman is open 24 hours as well for your convenience. There are hundreds of learning opportunities on campus. In addition to the arts and beautiful facilities, Adrian College is known for its athletic programs. There is nothing like a Saturday game day here in Adrian. The Bulldog football team are 11-time MIAA champions. At Docking Stadium, fans watch soccer, lacrosse, football, and more. Just a few hundred yards away, Adrian College's basketball teams compete. In addition to basketball, fans can enjoy wrestling, acro and tumbling, and volleyball here. We also have a state-of-the-art weight room available to all of our students. When things heat up too much on campus, you can cool off with our ice sports. Our NCAA ice hockey teams are constantly battling in the national playoffs. Just a quick walk down the service drive, we feature one of the best baseball and softball programs in the nation at our level. Soon you'll be able to cross the street and watch men's and women's rugby take to the pitch as well. Our rowing, crew, and top-ranked bass fishing programs compete out of the Adrian College Boathouse, a gorgeous facility just a 15-minute drive north on Devil's Lake. Our students know how to relax in their downtime. When they're not out and about, we have dozens of housing options on campus. With apartments right in the mix of things, you can pick what works best for you. We've also recently renovated a few of our housing options. Adrian College is a Methodist-affiliated institution that has been changing lives since 1859. The modern liberal arts education offered by our faculty is unrivaled. We can't wait to have you on campus and show you around. Visit adrian.edu to schedule a full campus visit today. We'll see you soon.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. 161 years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Hello and welcome back to Docking Stadium on the campus of Adrian College. Wonderful work by our all-star band here today, the Adrian College Bulldog Marching Band, several high schoolers from around the area, and the alumni band as well, playing a nice Beatles tribute show, and Hail Adrian to finish off their performance. Great job by the Bulldog Marching Band and company. We welcome you back to the broadcast booth. Ian Wentz here with you. Sean Whitmer. 14-10 is our score. Adrian and Calvin. Like I said before we went to break, it was not easy to grab this 14-0 lead, but Adrian has it. They're without their starting quarterback. Unsure as to where Jake Calvert is, but Noah Heide came in on his initial drive, took the team down the field and found 7 points and found the lead. And that's important, right? You're the backup QB. You don't want to make things worse. And, in fact, Heide's made him better.
Yeah, he has. And you mentioned they were without their starting quarterback. Well, one thing you got to take in note, I don't know if he was available at all, because a 2-minute drive there to end. You still have Heide in the game. You figure if they have Calvert available, Calvert will be in there commanding the offense with 2 minutes, no matter what Heide's done, because Calvert's the starter. And down there on the sideline, we haven't seen Calvert warming up, but I've seen the other quarterbacks staying loose. So,
yes, I see Noah Heide, Mark Lopez, who would be the third quarterback this afternoon, should he be needed. A couple minutes before our second half here at Docking Stadium. Family Day on campus. So many people throughout this campus really today and probably a little bit yesterday and might linger into tomorrow. Today to celebrate your support team, right? Whatever family means to you, however that looks like. If you're a student here or an alumni here, it's a special day just to come back to campus. And look, if you picked Family Day versus homecoming, the weather has been great for Family Day, and it was a mini monsoon for the first part of the homecoming game, but festivities throughout campus. It's been a nice day, and as people say around here, a great day to be a Bulldog, and the football team doing their part. They're up 14-10. Sean, let's look at some of the stats. If you can kind of walk us through how we got to this point in terms of the numbers.
So Calvin has done a great job. They took that 10-7 lead, and one thing I want to point out here is Chase Bradman had that 30-yard run. He has not ran for a gain the rest of the game. He actually sits at a net loss of 9 yards because of those sack yardages, meaning that the Bulldogs defense has been all over him besides that one run. Now, you look over at the Bulldogs side, it's been a lot of running. They have the passing touchdown, but when you look at really what they've been successful at, the running has been their main thing. Hardnett has 13 carries for 58 yards. He's only lost 3 yards on the day. Kelbert was running well when he was in, and they've even used 2 backup running backs as well, one of them getting a touchdown.
Yeah, that Trey Brueggemann 1-yard touchdown run for Adrian College, and the other Bulldog score was a Chris Crumsey 11-yard reception from quarterback Noah Heide that capped a 7-play, 64-yard drive in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. The extra point by Boyke did make it 14-10, and it was really also a first half of great offensive starting field position minus 1 drive. I mean, they had a drive beginning in plus territory, I believe the first 3 possessions of the game. So credit Calvin there for weathering that storm, but the Adrian offense slowly rumbled into it, and the defense has done their part, right? A couple of explosive plays, gave up that touchdown, but they're below their season average in terms of giving up points. They average allowing just over 20 a game. Calvin gives up a little over 30, so looking at those numbers, you could guesstimate what the game should be, but certainly not what it is today.
Yeah, and when you look back at the numbers, I mean, it was back and forth to start, and it's been back and forth all day, whether it be defense or offense. Both defenses have played good, and in new age college football, when you look at a score of 24 total points in the first half, that means you've seen some good defense taking place.
Looking around the MIAA for the football games today, looking at MIAA.org, everyone else in action today, we have Hope over Kalamazoo, 49-18. Olivet falling to Trine, 35-28. Alma, 40 to Albion's 30. And let me see if that has gone final. Well, it's showing that it's final. So Bulldog fans, that's the result you wanted. Your loss was to Albion. Now the Britons have a loss as well. So tied up in the standings with the rivals from nearby. The Knights of Calvin University will kick off to your Bulldogs to begin the third quarter from Docking Stadium. It's a angled kick at the 2-yard line. Here's Trey Brueggemann, puts on the brakes at the 10, down to the 15, move up to the 17. He's still on his feet. Trey to the 20, will not go down. Up to the 24-ish yard line for Trey. Gosh, yeah, put him in the backfield. Why not? He did his best Shondell Hardnett impression.
Yeah, Brueggemann is a very talented player. I mean, he's playing both ways. He's playing special teams. Reminds me of a player like Jabril Peppers over at Michigan when he was playing there, doing a lot of everything.
Yeah, just a football player, right? That'd be the description for him. Number 2 gets a kick return from the 1-yard line. It was a beautiful kickoff right into the corner. Had to field it. Too close to call, and here is Noah Heide once more to lead the Adrian College offense. Hill in the backfield with him. Man goes in motion. It's going to be a jet sweep off to the left side. Slipping up to the 25 and to the 26 goes number 21 in black and gold. That's Derek Price.
Second like Calvin's 21, Isaac Northouse.
21s collide at the 26, as it was 21 Isaac Northhouse. The senior for Calvin with the stop. You'll probably get some, grad seniors that transferred in, or maybe a junior last year that transferred in for Calvin. But certainly a roster littered with freshmen and sophomores. Heidi, the senior quarterback, will take the shotgun snap. It's a run all the way. Tyson Hill slips and falls up to the 30-yard line. And that brings up an early third down. 3rd and 3 to go for Adrian College.
Yeah, and if you're rooting for the Bulldogs here, you like to see how they're getting Heidi going here in the second half. You're going to give a jet touch pass to a running back, and then you're going to hand it off to a running back. Both plays getting it to skill guys that can do some work after getting the football.
Bulldogs are 2 of 6 on 3rd down this afternoon. They need their own 33, and they'll try it on the ground. It's Hill, got to the 31, and that is it. Well, that Calvin front is not letting much happen between the tackles. And a 4th down decision, and I don't think it will be one. The offense looking to the sideline, and they will head that way as the Dogs will punt it away on a 3-and-out to open the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, with this being a close game, but the Bulldogs being up, you'd expect this to be a true punt. 4th and 1, a lot of times, no matter where you're at, you can expect a fake. I would expect this to be a really true punt here for the Bulldogs. You want to play field position when you're up by 4.
4th and about a foot. Snap will be by the quarterback, Heidi. And the punter, LaFata, look at this thing go. A spiraling, rotating punt, fielded inside the 25 and wrapped up at the 26. And a beautiful tackle on special teams by the Bulldogs. The return man was number 15, Tyler Porter. Maybe 2 on the return.
Yeah, and that's why you let Sammy there punt, because that's great field position gain. If you go for that and you don't get it, you're talking about having them over here by the 30. You put them over there by their 30. That's a complete field flip by Sammy there.
Credited with the tackle was Ryan Brumley. So the tight end making a play on special teams. Opening frame, and there's a bad snap. Bradman has to fall on it. And now he finally does. Boy, he was not ready for it. He's going to fall on it back at the Calvin University 8-yard line. Boy, a rare miscue by the Calvin offense today.
Yeah, but if you're the Bulldogs, you like seeing that miscue, and that can come from 2 stout defensive tackles making that center nervous. They've been hitting him all day. He's going to rush that snap.
Braden Whitaker checks in the game at defensive back. They're going to throw a short pass to the tight end. He's going to get up over the 15-yard line. A little run after the catch for Carter Blysma, a sophomore. Gets some of the yardage back from the first down mistake, but it's still 3rd and long. Mark it at the 18. It's a 3rd down and 20 for Calvin. Bradman looks. Wants to throw and does near sideline. Toe tap catch on the Adrian sideline. That was a big-bodied receiver, 18, Luke Mitchmerheisen. And that is well short of the line to gain. It'll be a 4th down and 8. And the Knights will punt on their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and looking from up here, you could tell all day that that's who the Calvin offense wanted to get the ball to. They wanted to throw it to Luke Metchmerheisen there because he's a big body guy. And the Bulldogs even knew it. They were double covering him there. He just got open. Couldn't get much to do after the catch, though.
Under 11 and a half to go in the 3rd. 14-10 Adrian, the punt. A new punter in the ball game for the Knights. Aberger's going to return it and slip through 1 tackle. Aberger to the 40. Ethan cuts back to the 45-yard line and decked right there. The Calvin punt was by number 0, Paul Vanderploeg. Aberger, a nice return, and it's good to see the freshman get involved. More of a jet receiver, slot receiver kind of guy playing that Chris Crumsey position. He's found the end zone plenty of times this season with Ethan Aberger. Here's Noah Heide once more. Again, no word on the Bulldogs starting grad senior quarterback Noah Heide, or rather Jake Calvert. We've seen the senior Noah Heide in this contest. Takes the shotgun snap, throws on the dot there for Brumley, and Ryan gets swarmed by a host of Knights at the 49 of Calvin. First ever meeting between the two schools. First year of varsity football for Calvin University. They played a sort of a JV hybrid kind of schedule last year, so 2 recruiting cycles for their head coach, Trent Figg. 2nd and 4 for the Bulldogs now. Heidi from the shotgun. It's going to be a run play. Shondell Hardnett. That's been not the play there as he tries the middle and gets nothing. There's a flag on the play, too, near sideline. Far away from the play. The line judge on the near side.
Believe they might be getting number 2 for Calvin on being offside. Looked like he might have pressed up a little bit too far on the Adrian receiver there.
And that is the call. Nice work, Sean. And that's going to be a Bulldog 1st and 10. They needed 4. Penalty will give the Dogs 5. Time of possession does favor Adrian College slightly. About 18 minutes worth. The Knights with 16. Total number of plays, the Bulldogs have surpassed the Knights. Adrian with 38, the Knights with 36. 1st and 10 for the Bulldog offense. Quarterbacked by Noah Heidi. Adrian by 4. 26 with a rush. Hard net. Good jolt through the line of scrimmage. Ahead for about 3. Oh, that's just some MIAA football, right? I mean, like we said earlier, I said earlier, that would get you 7 or 8 against maybe a non-conference, out-of-league opponent. But once you get into this league, pad level's lower. Maybe the D-line's a little bit bigger.
Yeah, and it's good to see that Calvin's embracing that, first year in the league, and now they're already embracing what this league is about with some physical run defense.
2nd down and medium. Heidi fakes the run, throws, has his man. It's Wallace for a 1st and 10. Jalen Wallace advancing the sticks. Catch and run to the 26, and a Bulldog 1st and 10.
Nice to see there that no matter which quarterback's in the game, Jalen Wallace is going to get involved, showing he is a true number 1 wide receiver when he's out there running routes.
Jalen with 3 catches today, up over 40 yards. Out to the right side of the offense is Brady Raymond, a converted quarterback. Played several games last year at the quarterback spot as a freshman. Brumley and Aberger, the other 2 to the right side. Aberger comes in motion. Heidi gives him the football. Ethan Aberger getting through some blockers down inside the 25 and drops short of the 20. 99, another stop. That is Jaden Lewis. 8.5 to go. 3rd quarter, 14-10, Adrian in front.
Yeah, and it looked like that play where there was a little bit of miscommunication there by Aberger. He looked like he stuttered first before going in motion. Once you stutter, you have to go in motion, no matter if that's the design or not, because the ref will call you for illegal formation otherwise.
So 8:08 now in this 3rd quarter. Bulldogs rearranging their formation. Heidi from the shotgun. Man in motion. Hands it off. Cade Fox tries the left side again, and a flag late behind the tackle in the area of holding as tendencies bear out, but you never know. That sun is beaming down here at Docking Stadium. Yeah, that's why I do throw that caveat in there, Sean. You say, well, it looks like it's a holding, but maybe not, so they pick out the flag. Not sure what the play or what the flag would have been, and we will never know.
It could have been another illegal formation call. A little bit of confusion there again. Looked like the motion came in too fast. He stopped, and then the ball was snapped. It's a legal play, but the ref might have been a little bit confused on what to call there.
So the clock does continue to move. 7:40 left in the 3rd. Bulldogs lining up now, getting the formation call in, and they're having problems. Boy, last 3 plays or so, Sean, Adrian's not lined up correctly offensively, so Coach Joe Palka will take one of his second half timeouts, and hopefully you don't need that later, but your team is up 14-10. You're at the 19-yard line, so you think maybe field goal range, so you don't want to take that 5 yards. If this happens at your own 35 or 30, maybe you eat the penalty and don't use the timeout, but you're in a scoring area, right?
Yeah, and a lot of coaches actually backed up further will purposefully eat that penalty because, you know, you're getting extra yardage for your punter, worst case scenario, so you're going to save your timeout for later in the game. If a penalty happens, it happens. Worst case scenario, our punter has some extra room to work with. But down there, I mean, you're looking at 2 jet plays, both of them a little bit sloppy, mistiming a little bit, and then you come in and that motion's very good. It throws the defense off, but it also can throw your offense off. Your offense is in a rhythm. Maybe dial back on the motion just a little bit. We'll see if it helps them.
Especially with your second-string quarterback, and make no doubt about it, Heidi has played plenty of college football, but he wasn't probably expecting to play today. And there he is looking at a 3rd and 3 from the 19. It'll be a counter run for Shondell Hartnett. Gets through 1 tackle in a second. I think he's right at the sticks, if not a first down on the play. It'll all depend on the spot. We've seen delays before, and it's looking like a 4th down and short. So we get that jumbo formation. Chase Barbosa, Trey Brueggemann. It'll be Shondell Hartnett in the backfield. In at tight end will be Ryan McDonald. So they bypass a field goal chance. They need the 16, ball marked at the 17. Heidi will go under center. 3 in the backfield behind him. Heidi gives, last man through. Brueggemann has it and more. There goes the first down for Trey Brueggemann. You gotta love that power formation, Sean. If you're a shotgun team, you like to do all these motions and things, you still need a power look, right? You need a yard. Let's line up and get after it.
Yeah, and that's the second time we've seen that formation. Looks like the exact same play. Both of them successful. Convert on 4th and 1, make the touchdown earlier in the game. I wonder what the play off of that is because they're going to have to go to it if they keep going to that power formation.
Bulldogs looking at a 1st and 10 at the Calvin 14. 6:15 left in the 3rd quarter. Heidi will give it off to Shondell Hartnett. Room for Hartnett. Stutter step into the Calvin secondary. First down carry for Shondell. Give him 9 down to the 5. The Bulldogs creeping ever so closer to the end zone.
That's some very good blocking there by the Bulldogs. They opened up a hole that anyone could run through. I mean, that was just an ocean right there, right in the middle of the defense. Easy run there for Hartnett, maybe the easiest he's had all year.
65, Elliot Craker. 56, Isaiah Simon. Heidi will hand the ball off again. Hartnett left, now right. Should be a first down to the 3-yard line. Bulldogs get enough for a 1st and goal. 5.5 to go in the 3rd quarter. Adrian looking to expand their lead right now. It's 14-10. And here comes that jumbo look, the power formation. Trey Brueggemann and his long flowing hair into the backfield.
Yeah, now you wonder if they're going to go to that play off of it that I talked of. Every offense has these big sets, these jumbo sets, and it's usually keystoned by one player. For theirs, it's Brueggemann. You got to wonder what they're going to go off of because Calvin's going to be ready for Brueggemann to get it going ahead into the end zone.
Hill and Hartnett lined up just in front of Brueggemann. 1st and goal, Adrian at the 3. Heidi fakes the give, and there's the Knights ready for that one. Heidi dropped back at the 15-yard line. The Bulldogs, as you mentioned, tried to run a fake run pass out of it, and Heidi had no chance. He faked the run, and there was a Calvin defender.
Yeah, it's almost like the defense was listening up in the box. I mean, it was perfectly timed for him to come in off that edge. They wanted to get a naked boot out to the right. There was nothing there. I mean, there were no routes rolling that way, and that's where Heidi was rolling. So that's a naked run all day.
2nd and goal from the Calvin 15. They do show the 3 across the front as they typically do. Heidi looking. He's going to get sacked again. Nowhere to throw for the Adrian quarterback. He eats it and takes yardage off that again. 17 credit for the tackle in the backfield. Carson Schneerstein, the freshman linebacker. This is 3rd and goal from the 25.
Yeah, and a lot of people are going to question whether or not Heidi could have fit a ball into one of those openings. But at the end of the day, you're in field goal range for your kicker. He's made some long kicks this year. Let's take the sack. Let's not force an interception. Let's take the sack and try to get a little bit more yards on 3rd down, make it an easy kick for our kicker.
So they go from 1st and goal at the 3 to 3rd and goal. They mark it to the 22. Heidi from the shotgun now. Calvin brings a blitz. Heidi goes end zone. Wallace is there. Wallace caught it. He's in for the Bulldog touchdown. 12-1. Pay dirt on 3rd and goal from the 22. What a toe tap by Jalen Wallace.
Well, I'll just eat my words. They were not trying to play for the field goal. They had a play drawn up for that situation. They used it, and that is a great job utilizing the sideline there. Heidi threw it where only his receiver could get it. No one else in the world could have caught that ball. Adrian does.
Boyke will line up for the point after attempt. And he puts foot to leather, and it's up, and it is good. And in terms of receiving touchdowns, Jalen Wallace with 4 this year. And he puts his team up 20-10. Boyke makes it 21-10. Adrian, Bulldogs in the late stages of our 3rd quarter. We'll be back with the Bulldog kickoff after this 30-second timeout here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 9th, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more. Adrian College is looking for...
Welcome to the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt and Sean Whitmer on the call, helping out behind the scenes. Jake Luckhart and Laura Witkowski are engineers for this afternoon's contest. Adrian was down 10-7 in the first half, and they've scored 14 consecutive. The most recent, a 22-yard touchdown pass from Noah Heide, his second today. The first touchdown of the day for Jalen Wallace. It was a beautiful one, near sideline, and Wallace hauled it in. Boyke's kickoff is angling toward the sideline, and it will be fielded inside the 10-yard line. Calvin going north and south and gets dropped. Big-time hit by the Bulldog, Coronas Davis, with a big-time hit on special teams, and Davis is fired up. That was 20. Ronan Russell Dixon, the running back, trying to bring that out. And you run east and west, that's usually not too good.
Yeah, and when you're looking at special teams, you like guys that hit hard. Well, that's a hard hit there, and that's what can get you on the field. We've seen it in the past with other players. You play great on special teams, and you can get on the field for actual plays.
And here we go with 3:19 left in this 3rd quarter. Bulldogs up 11, the largest lead of the game. Bradman, the quarterback, gives off to the middle. There is no room to rumble there. Adrian fans in the stands below us getting the wave going. I haven't seen the wave here in probably 10 years. And what happened 10 years ago is this team won the conference championship. These fans are fired up and got about half the stands along for fun. Bradman throws on the run. It's off his receiver's hands. And incomplete. It was right there for his big tight end. It was 85.
That was Paul Boma the 4th there with the drop. Hit him straight in the square in the numbers.
He saw me in the booth drop my roster. In a flash, this game is slipping away from Calvin. 2:50 left in the 3rd. Fans getting loud in the stands. 3rd down and 9. Bradman, the quarterback, feels pressure. He'll get dropped in the backfield. Chris Jackson. Is that Chris Jackson? I believe it was. So the tackle, the PA said Banton. I thought it was 91, but either way, they were all right around the quarterback, and Bradman had no chance to throw that football.
Yeah, and that's going to be Chris Jackson's 2nd sack of the day, I believe. Not on our stat sheet, but he played a great job earlier in that first half. I'm pretty sure he got a sack, and that should be his 2nd one credited to him there.
Knights a 4th and 18. They snap it from their own 2-yard line. Snap is good. Bulldogs bring pressure, but a booming punch drives Aberger back. It'll bounce at the 50. Aberger lets it roll at the Bulldog 47, where it will be touched up, and that is another nice kick. Logan Knapp had a difficult start to this game punting the football. He's put together a very good second and third quarter.
Yeah, and you never want to see your punter come out as often as Calvin has had to see today. But at the end of the day, your punter is doing a great job giving you guys field position. Punting from that far into your own end zone is one of the most difficult punts you can do, and he just did it perfect.
That he did. That drive set up by the kickoff by Boyke. Calvin's return man, Russell Dixon, was lit up by Coronis Davis at the 10-yard line, and the defense does the rest. Now their offense is back out there with Noah Heide, who don't look now, has 2 touchdowns on the day, does have an interception. He's more than made up for it so far. 1st and 10, Adrian at their own 47. Amberger on the jet sweep, and he's going to get tripped up and taken down in the backfield. 17, the first one. Carson Schneerstein with the stop. Bulldog rushing attack has had its moments, but it's also had moments like that too.
Yeah, and that'll likely go into the books as a pass, that little jet touch there in front of the quarterback. Usually going to go into the stat sheet as a pass, but at the end of the day, it just hasn't looked as smooth as it has in the past for them.
Wind into the face of the Bulldog offensive players. Not really significant, but the flags are moving here at Docking Stadium. Heide looking to throw into the flat. Catch by Caden Fox into Calvin territory. Gang tackled at about the 48-yard line. Brady Jacobs with the tackle. Gives us a 3rd down and medium. A short 4 with less than a minute to go. Chance to look at our 3rd down numbers for today. Adrian is 3 of 9. Calvin 2 of 10. So advantage defenses thus far. Bulldogs 1 for 2 on 4th down. They need the Calvin 43.5-yard line. 2 out to the right, 2 tight to the line on the left. It's a Bulldog run. Hard net gets hit and dropped. Number 1 flying through on the scene, Jared Nolan. That's no gain for hard net. And that will likely be the end of the 3rd quarter, as the play clock is at 27, the game clock at 14.
Yeah, and it looks like the Bulldogs are going to let this go to the quarter, bringing out their punt team, but I doubt we see a snap here.
And the clock will expire for the 3rd quarter. Adrian College, the only team to find the scorebook on that 3rd quarter. It was a 22-yard 3rd and goal pass from Noah Heide to Jalen Wallace. Final 15 coming up next on Family Day at Adrian College. The Bulldogs lead the Calvin University Knights 21-10. You're tuned in to Bulldog football on the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt, broadcast partners Sean Whitmer, engineers, producers for today, Jake Luckhart, Laura Witkowski. 4th quarter will begin with an Adrian College punt on a 4th and 4 from the Calvin University 47-yard line. The first ever meeting between these two schools in football. Snap back to LaFada, and he gets hit on the play, and there's a flag out. LaFada got taken down, and the return man gets up to the 10 and knocked down at the 15. And either way, if it's running into, it's 5 and a first down. If it's roughing, it's 15 and even more. And a mental mistake by Calvin, and there is a flag well after the play as well.
Looks like that flag after the play is likely going to be unsportsmanlike conduct. That's where you'll usually see that. But, yeah, that is going to most likely be running into as he was falling down during the play. So still a first down, but not as much yardage.
LaFada today 3 punts, averaging 32.7 yards per punt. And another discussion. I mean, the running into, if it's a 5, is more than enough needed. Then you'll need to figure out the penalty that was thrown at the Calvin 19-yard line. So let's do some math here, Sean. If it's against Adrian, you assess the penalty on running into the kicker 5 yards. Then the dead ball would push the back 15, so it should be an Adrian football, 1st and 10, but on their side of the 50.
Right.
If it's on Calvin, you add the 5 to give Adrian a first down at the 42 roughly, and then you add the 15. Let's see. Yeah, so what happened, there was roughing the kicker against Calvin. So that's a 15-yarder. That would set it as a first down. They enforce a 15-yarder against Adrian's number 4. That will take the first down and move it back 15 more yards. So it should be a first down from where they just snapped the football, right? 15 yards either way.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's a little bit of a weird nuance in football. A lot of times you see penalties offsetting when it's a 15 and 15, but because that unsportsmanlike took place after the play was over, Adrian had already received a 15-yard penalty, and then the other 15-yard penalty happened in between plays.
So it will be a first down and 10. The ball is placed at the 47 of Calvin, so Adrian will be back on the field. Noah Heide leads his Dogs onto the field of play here. 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends on the left side. They stay in the block for Heide. Deep shot for Wallace. Underthrown and incomplete. Heide was going for the outside shoulder for Wallace, and Jalen points at the sun and says, I can't see that ball.
Yeah, we're in the booth right now, and from our angle, we could barely see that ball, so he had trouble with that one down on the field.
He would need transition lenses on his shield for his face mask. So it's a second down and 10. Incomplete pass. Bulldogs by 11, early fourth quarter. Tyson Hill with the carry here. Hill to the 45, to the 40, gets about 9. And Tyson Hill sets up his Bulldogs for a third down and short opportunity at the Calvin 38-yard line.
Yeah, and that was a wide receiver package there for the Bulldogs. We see on occasion where it's not their jumbo package. They still have receivers out there, but the receivers they're putting in are better blocking receivers.
Adrian looking to the sideline for the play. Heide directs his offensive line. His center today is Elliot Kraker. Hill do the shotgun snap to Heide. Here's Hill. Hill stood up at the line, leans ahead. That's short of the line to gain, says the linesman right down in front of us. Gosh, give Calvin some credit. These short yardage situations advantage Calvin, and the Bulldogs are looking at a fourth down here.
Yeah, and they're going to bring in that jumbo package. Now, we've seen 2 successful plays, both of them being the run to Bergerman. One fail was the fake that I had talked about prior to the play. We'll see what they decide to go with here.
Heide under center. They need a yard. Noah will take. Brueggemann hit in the backfield and driven further back. The Knights stand tall and turn away the Bulldogs. And Calvin will take it first down at their own 38-yard line, down by 11 here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you wonder if out of that formation for the Bulldogs, they have just a little quick pop pass to one of those tight ends. One of them is going to be a good catching guy there for short yardage. Everyone's selling out for run or that naked keep. That's all they've seen. If you pull that quick and just quick dump pass that we've seen a lot in the NFL and other college games, probably going to be successful.
I've also seen Adrian give it to the first man through, kind of sneak it quickly. Here's Bradman feeling pressure, throws a screen behind it, but it's tipped away. Daryl Washington with the play on the screen pass. Banton brought pressure, but Bradman got a nice throwaway, but it was tipped at the line of scrimmage by number 1.
Yeah, and they called Daryl Washington slim out there because he's the skinniest defensive lineman in the room, but that doesn't take away from his talent. He's still one of the best defensive linemen in this team.
He lines up on the defensive right side. He's coming on the rush. Bradman stands in the pocket, throws near sideline, wide of his intended target. Quincy Dorsey was in the area for Adrian College in coverage. And the Knights looking for number 6 on that one. It was Seth Ritzma. Would have been a tough catch for him.
Yeah, and if you look, even if he makes that catch and somehow shakes off Quincy Dorsey there, that's Maddox Woods coming across the middle, ready to lay some wood. And that's not something you want to deal with there. Maddox is a big player who hits hard.
I like that. Woods going to lay the hit. Bradman feeling pressure. Steps up in the pocket, throws. There's contact. No flag if the Knights fans wanted one. And look who's in coverage. The man on the special team side of Adrian College, Coronas Davis, making the play on the Calvin receiver. They were looking for 81, Carter Bleisma. And Calvin will punt. See, we talked on that special teams hit, Sean, that you make plays on special teams, it can translate to offense or defense, and number 10 making the play.
Yeah, and that was Dante Banton, number 0 for the Bulldogs, getting up in the face of the quarterback. That was the play that the Calvin team wanted to be called.
Knights bring out Knapp again for the punt. It's low, but skips right to him. Puts a high wobbler. Fair catch called for and made by Ethan Aberger at his own 32-yard line. So Calvin makes the stop on 4th down, but the Bulldogs make the stop on 3rd. And with 13:01 left in this 4th quarter, this could be what they call a put-away drive, right? You go down and you find a way to get into the end zone, go up by, 18 points, kind of puts it out of reach. But if you're Calvin, you're 2 big plays away. There's plenty of time to go if you can make these stops continuously. And I think they've done a pretty good job defensively, all things considered.
Yeah, I mean, when you hold this Bulldogs offense to 3 touchdowns and your defense has been scored on consistently, Calvin's defense has given up a lot of points this year, and they've been able to slow this Bulldogs offense down.
Heidi still in at QB, replacing Jake Kelpert. Throw to the flat, caught by Wallace. Shimmy shake up near the 40. Some oohs from the Bulldog fans. There's some talent there with number 1. He does have a touchdown grab today. That's good for 11 or 10. It looks like a first down.
Yeah, Jalen Wallace, a very talented receiver. He can run routes well. He's fast. He can beat you off the line. He'll catch it in contact. A little bit of everything for Jalen Wallace. You don't usually see that for young receivers. They're usually good at one thing.
Heidi looking to the sideline. Bulldogs spread out. Kate Fox alone out to the left side. It's going to be a counter run left side. That's hard net. Hits a couple of his own linemen. Gets through them and up ahead for 2. And that's really been a summary of most of the ground game today for Adrian College. 2 yards and a cloud of pebbles. Pellets, I should say, for this artificial turf field. But Calvin's standing pretty tall on this rush defense for Adrian when they have the ball.
Yeah, they're not falling for the fakes. They're not falling for the counters, the tosses. The only real good run plays we've seen for this Bulldogs is that, traditional 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Right up the middle with some power, make a hole, and let me go get the yards.
It's going to be a run play. Hard net follows his pads up near the 50 to the 48-yard line. Run the ball, keep the clock going. It is a 2-possession game. Adrian in front, 21-10, 11 and 20 left in this 4th quarter. Ian Wendt here with you. Sean Whitmer, Jake Luckhart, Laura Witkowski.
Yeah, and here's a spot where I wouldn't be surprised. We see Crumsey in the slot here prior to the play. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him come in motion, get that jet touch pass going the other way, Brumley in the other slot to block for him. That would be what I'd call.
Crumsey has a receiving touchdown today. Here is that jet motion. Instead, it's going to be a counter run off of it, and there is nothing there. What a ball game played by 99 for Calvin, and that's the defensive lineman, Jaden Lewis. 99 threw away the block attempt and grabbed Harnett right at the line of scrimmage. So a 4th down, and we're going to see Samuel Lafada again.
Yeah, and it looked like the Calvin defense there was ready for the fake jet sweep. So maybe if you would have given the jet sweep, he could have got that edge. Even if you pick up 2-3 yards there, it's not enough for the first. It makes it a plausible go-for-it situation. Right here, they have to punt.
Lafada in once more. Sammy today with 3 punts, averaging 32.7. And Lafada puts it and booms it into the corner This is going to bounce at the 3 and go out of bounds inside the 5. Put it on a poster, Sammy LaFata.
Yeah, and you can see his teammates there on the sideline. They're going to give him congratulations because they know how hard that is.
Wow.
You see earlier for Calvin, the punt going end over end, a wobbler. Not what you want to see if you're a young punter. You want to see a perfect spiral. Put that ball in the ground, it'll bounce your way.
That punt should make the highlight reel. That backs up the Knights to the 2-yard line. Bulldogs by 11. They're hearing the noise from the Adrian College band. Bradman in the shotgun. It's going to be a run play. Stacked up into the end zone. Put those arms up, officials. It's a safety. The Bulldog defense gets on the board. Wadis Ashman, I see you, number 8.
Yeah, and we talked before the game. Wadis Ashman is that Swiss Army knife for this defense. He does a great job there leading this defense, helping his team as there was a whole host of defenders in on that tackle. As the Bulldogs are going to sing their fight song again.
Some Hail Adrian from the north end zone. Those defenders need to buy Sammy LaFata a steak dinner tonight. Give one of those points to the Bulldog punter. He put him at the 2, and the Knights couldn't get out of their own end zone. Bulldogs get a score from the defensive side of the ball. It's 23-10 Adrian. 9:58 to go in this fourth quarter. We'll pause 30 seconds. You're tuned in to Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. The Adrian College Media Production House.
20. Why is he doing that? The Bulldog defense created a safety, and they've expanded their lead here in the fourth quarter. This kickoff will be high into the Adrian Sun, returnable for Ethan Aberger from his own 24 to the 30 to the 35. Gets through a man, the ball is loose, and the Knights jump on it up over the 30, rather to the 47-yard line. Popped out of the arms of the youngster Aberger, and the Knights have life in the fourth quarter. Ouch.
Yeah, that's a big-time play for Calvin, and a lot of people might not know this. A safety is not like a normal score. In a safety, the team that gets scored on actually has to kick it. Well, Calvin did a great job covering that kick. Aberger tried to jump over a laying down player, and when you leave your feet, you got to make sure you put 2 hands on that football because everyone's trying to punch it loose.
Defense that was just out there to create the 2-point safety is back out there again. Bradman back to pass, trying that sideline, tipped up into the air, and it's intercepted! Intercepted! Running straight to the sideline is Quincy Dorsey. Interceptions in back-to-back ball games. Tip drill from the defensive secondary, and they run back to the sideline again. A safety and a pick on back-to-back plays. Quincy Dorsey, a man on a mission.
And the phenomenal part about that play, people might not realize, we seen it tipped first. Dorsey was the one that tipped it. It wasn't the other Bulldog in the area. He tipped it, kept his balance, ran after it, and then picked it. Phenomenal play by Quincy Dorsey.
A freshman making plays. Mobbed by his teammates on the sideline, and Coach Ron Shields, the defensive coordinator, has to love it. A safety and an interception on back-to-back plays for his defense. And now the offense with 9:44 left. Looking for something. Here's Shondell Hardnett through the Calvin front line. Gets ahead for about 4, maybe 5. So when you thought, oh boy, here goes Calvin down 13, they create the fumble on the kickoff. Oh, here's your defense making plays.
Yeah, and they call those ball skills there for DBs. That's what you want to see from your young DB. He's already showing that he knows how to play that ball in the air. Now, let's see him come up, make some big plays, make some tackles, make some forced fumbles, and we could have a superstar on our hands for the defense.
They're going to take a picture on the sideline from that turnover. Let's see what the offense has here. Hardnett lowers the pad level, gets to the 35, and he gets greeted by 37 in the Calvin backfield. That's Trevor Martins, the defensive backfield. Gives him a few, so it's a 3rd down and 2. If you're Adrian, you'd love to run the ball and finish this game, but I think at some point you're going to have to put it back in your hands of your senior quarterback, Heidi.
Yeah, and I don't think they have enough clock to run out all of it. I think there might be a little bit too much there for them, so they might have to score here. You want 7. 3 keeps the other team in the game with 2 touchdowns and 2-point conversions. 7 puts them away.
It's a 3rd down and 2 from Adrian's 36. Off the Quincy Dorsey interception, the offense on the field and a timeout on the field. And the Bulldogs take a timeout. We'll take a break as well. We've had some high-flying action here in the 4th quarter. Stay tuned for more. Bulldogs up 23-10. We'll be back in 30 on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Back on the Adrian College Sports Network. Timeout called on the field. Adrian's 2nd of this half, and it's a big 3rd down and 2 with 8:14 to go in this 4th quarter. The Bulldogs 23, the Calvin Knights 10 in the first ever meeting on the football field. And Sean, you were talking during the break. What a crazy 5 plays we've just had.
Yeah, you go from that safety into the kick, which leads to a fumble, which leads to the first play from Calvin being a self-tipped interception.
Bulldogs need 2. Heidi claps his hands. They're going to throw. Heidi to the flat. Hardnett extends, grabs the ball, makes the catch. He is very close to a 1st down. He might be a half-yard short. The Knights brought pressure. Good pass by Heidi and a solid catch by Hardnett, but about a half-yard away, and decision time for Coach Palka.
Yeah, if I'm the Bulldogs, I'm going for this. I'm pounding it right down their throat, not giving them another chance to run some offense. Let's just go for it. And they're going to bring out their jumbo package. It looks like they will go for it.
Bulldogs are 1 for 3 on 4th down today, just 3 of 12 on 3rd down. The Knights are 2 of 11. Come to the line with their power formation jumbo set. No wide receivers. Heidi will look to the sideline. 7:39 left in this one. Play clock needed to be reset, I thought, but instead a flag thrown for delay of game. So they were trying to draw the Knights offside. They broke the huddle pretty late. So the penalty will back them up 5, and we're going to see the ultimate weapon. It's 37, Sammy Lafata once more.
Yeah, and remember earlier I talked about how you might want to take a penalty there. It'll back you up 5 yards. That gives your punter an extra 5 yards to work with. After that last punt we've seen from Sammy, this is a little bit deeper for him, but I think he can still get it there. He's got a very strong leg.
Bulldogs are 4-1 on the season, 1-1 in the MIAA. Lafata's kick toward the middle of the field. And it's through the return man's hands. It's loose on the turf. It's still free. Who's got it at the 16? There's a dog pile at the Calvin 16. It went off the hands of 15, Tyler Porte. They untangle the bodies. It's an Adrian football. The ultimate weapon. It's Sammy Lafata.
Yeah, and like you said, it's a dog pile. Well, the Dogs are going to come out with the football there, the Bulldogs.
Boy, Calvin struggles on special teams right there. A victim of Sammy Lafata. Could not grab the ball, was 15, Tyler Porte. It slipped right through and rolled around on the ground, and the Bulldogs picked it up.
Let's not forget 3 punts in this half for Sammy. First one, he gets roughed. Second one, goes down, ends up leading to a safety. Third one, guy can't field the ball, ends up in Bulldog football.
You said it. What a day for Sammy Lafata. This might be one of the first, if not ever, player of the game for your punter. Noah Heide making a case. He's a quarterback in place of Jake Calvert. I'm going to Jalen Wallace if he has single coverage. He's down to the right side. Heide looking that way. Now he looks left. Now he rolls middle, feeling pressure. Heide rolling to the left. Noah scampers out of bounds. Jaden Lewis in like a flash for the Knights defense. 99 has been all over the field today.
That looked like it could have been a little bit of miscommunication. You had your receivers on the left running routes, but Jalen Wallace was down there looking like he was going to stalk block. Well, if he's stalk blocking and they're running routes, why was the first person that Heide looked at Wallace? Definitely some miscommunication for the offense. Maybe some people thought it was a run. Could have been an RPO. Definitely some miscommunication, though.
Yeah, I'd be looking for Wallace. He's been the go-to guy. You have Hunter Bonza split out wide to the right, the tallest Bulldog receiver. Heide's going to take the shotgun snap. It's going to be a run for Shondell Hardnett. Hardnett, right side, left side, excuse me, nothing there. This Calvin defense has caused problems at the line of scrimmage, really, for the Bulldog offensive line. And with 6:25 to go, 23-10. You talked about it before. A 13-point lead is 2 possessions, but the extra point would put the other team up. I think a field goal would be big here if they want to go for that.
Field goal would be big, but that makes it a 16-point game. Still 2 possessions for the other team if they can get those 2-point conversions.
I don't know the way Adrian's defense is playing. Let's hope the offense can get it done here. Big third down. Over the middle, it's Bonza. Through a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Adrian College. Hunter Bonza. Heide to Bonza would not be denied. Took a hit, stayed with it, and scored.
Yeah, and you can see all of his teammates celebrating with him because Bonza is one of the nicest guys on campus. He's a very genuine dude, and he loves to play for this team no matter what his role is. They put him in as a blocking wide receiver usually because he will do what it takes. Right there, they open it up for him, hit him short, and he'll break a tackle into the end zone. And I believe that is his first touchdown on the year.
And Boyke bangs it through. Talks of field goals. Nay, nay, they say. The Bulldogs are up 30-10 here in the fourth quarter. We're going to take a 30-second break. The kickoff. When we come back, it's a Hunter Bonza touchdown up on the board on the Adrian College Sports Network.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
It's time to pump it up at Docking Stadium at Adrian College. Ian Wentz, Sean Whitmer up in the booth for you. It's family day. 5:52 left in it. Hunter Bonza with the pass caught on a 3rd and 10. Broke a tackle and scored. The extra point makes it 30-10. Adrian has rolled off 23 straight points. And they lead Calvin by 20. Here's the Boyke kick. He bangs it into the end zone for a touchback.
Now with the special teams playing the way they have for Calvin, I'd almost want to pooch kick that. Make them field it. Make them do something with it because they haven't been able to play special teams as well lately.
We've seen a muffed punt return for the Knights. Last time they had the football, Quincy Dorsey had something to say about it. A second interception for the youngster this season. And now the Knights looking up. This team led it 10-7 in the first half and now trail it 30-10. Bradman, the quarterback, has some time. Now he's running out of it quickly. Bulldogs bringing pressure. Bradman rolls to the left side, caught right in front of the Bulldog bench. Good for a handful. 6 with a catch, Seth Ritzema, and that's about 7 yards.
Yeah, and Seth Ritzema earlier got his first touchdown catch of the game, and after this game, he's going to be touching close to 100 receiving yards on the year.
Bradman today, 13 of 25, 1 interception, and 124 yards. TD and a pick. He throws near sideline, incomplete. So it's a third down, and this is where both teams really, Sean, have not played a good football game. Third down, Adrian 4 of 14, the Knights 2 of 11.
Yeah, I mean, both teams have played tough, but the Bulldogs have played great this second half.
Bradman, the quarterback keeper, and he's going to get it by about a yard.
Chase Bradman, the long carrier.
That's a new look for the Knights.
36-yard line.
That was a very awkward hit there on Bradman. Looked like he wanted to go for the slide, but didn't have the time to give himself up, so he had to almost roll into the tackle there.
Austin Sotko is in the game at defensive tackle. Throw deep down the sideline, tipped by Quincy Dorsey and incomplete. That's a no-fly zone for 34.
My question is, I know you have certain plays that are drawn up for certain receivers. That looked like a one-look read. Why are you running one-look reads towards Quincy Dorsey?
Yeah,
He's shown you can't.
Yeah, I'm not throwing it that way. 34 is feeling it. Second down and 10 for Calvin at their own 36. Bulldogs rush 4. And they rush 4. Bradman scrambles, flag on the play, gets hit up over the 40. And in all likelihood, coming back. It's hard when you're a lineman, right? And your quarterback leaves the pocket. The defense knows where he's going and you don't. Sometimes you grab a hold.
Yeah, and you could see Mike White walk up to the ref and ask him where the holding call was. I don't think he's seen the flag, but his shoulder pads were up.
Well, they're going to call it hands to the face. So there was not a hold. 72, Andrew Berg, the guilty party. And that's why, as a broadcast, you say, probably a holding, likely a holding. Just in case it's something bigger, and that's a 15-yard walk-off and a replay of second down.
Could have been both calls there. Maybe both
Possibly,
calls,
yeah.
but they're going to go with the bigger one if there's 2 on the play.
Mike White lined up at defensive tackle along with Randall Broom. Knights have trips tight to the line on the left side. One alone to the right. Bradman throwing. Look out, Banton. He gets him. He is sacked inside the 15. Dante Banton. And number 0 making an impact.
And I don't know if you noticed, just before the play, you said Mike White at defensive tackle. They ran a little bit of switch, moving Banton inside, Mike White went outside. But then on the snap, they ran what we like to call an X stunt. So Banton comes back around and edge rushes while Mike White takes out both guys inside.
Works perfectly. Third down for the Knights, 4 minutes to go in this one. They run a stunt again. Going up and throwing it off to his running back. Makes a nice catch. There is a flag back in the backfield, but Hardin's going to get some of that penalty yardage back. And you want to make sure nobody's seriously hurt on the play. It looks like they were just tangled up.
Yeah, there's a potential here for either a hold or it could be a roughing the passer, as Mike White did land on the quarterback when he was getting rid of it, but he was being brought in with a Calvin offensive lineman, so it's a tough call.
And the call is holding. They're going to back up the Knights again. And this drive is going the wrong way if you're a Calvin fan. Things look good for the Knights. They led this game 10-7 in the second half, or first half, I should say. Since then, 23 Bulldog points unanswered.
This could be their last chance here. Realistically, Bulldogs get the ball back. Depending on where they get it, they could chew all this clock.
It's a 3rd and 40.
Yeah.
I did not misspeak. A 3rd down and 40 for Calvin. 3 receivers out to the left, 1 alone to the right, back in the backfield. Bradman into the end zone. Looks, winds, fires over the middle. Catch made and tackled immediately. Trey Brueggemann flipped over the Calvin receiver, Paul Buma, the 4th, and the Knights have to punt here on the 4th and about 30.
Yeah, and Brueggemann's celebration there, making sure they knew that that was a hold. Well, yeah, they still had about 37 yards to go, so it's a safe call there to make sure that that was not a first down.
So the Knights will punt from their own 14. .252 left in this one. Knapp back, takes the snap, and it's a Side of the foot wobbler, bounces at the Knights 40 and rolls back to the 38 where the Knights will touch it up right there. Boy, it's just been a Bulldog avalanche in this late third, early fourth quarter.
Yeah, and if I'm the Calvin coach there, I'm going to have a word with 16 and 18, just an effort thing. I mean, I know we're losing by 20. It's late in the game, and you don't – if you're a player, sometimes you can get down on yourself there. But that ball starts rolling backwards. You need to sprint to it to touch it. Just make it stop, because they ended up, by jogging over to it, they ended up losing 2 yards on that, giving the Bulldogs good field position.
That's right. And look, if you're Calvin, it's a program that's building. You are 2-3 this season, looking for their first MIAA win. And it doesn't look like it's going to happen here today, but they're building something. You know, these MIAA schools, when they add sports, they're going to do it the right way. Heidi on the quick pass, catch by Brumley to the 35, down to the 33-yard line. Goes 87 in black and gold and gray.
Calvin's number 4, Gage Jones on the tackle.
Yeah, and Brumley's a big target. Looks like he ran out of his shoe there, so they're going to have to bring in a different tight end for this next play.
Heidi today in relief of Jake Calvert has gone 13 of 17, 146 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. And we have hit the 2-minute timeout at Docking Stadium. 2 minutes to go on Family Day. Your Adrian College Bulldogs lead the Calvin University Knights by a score of 30-10. We'll be back with the conclusion of this game here on the Adrian College Sports Network.
Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Hello and welcome back to the Adrian College Sports Network. Ian Wendt, Sean Whitmer, Jake Luckhart, and Laura Witkowski. You're hearing yours truly and Sean today on the Adrian College Sports Network. 2 minutes left in this fourth quarter and some taking care of business over the loudspeakers here at Docking Stadium. A little jittery, uncertain moments early in this football game. Calvin came out swinging. They led it 7-0. The Bulldogs tied it shortly after, and the Calvin went up 10-7, and since then 23 Adrian College points.
Yeah, I mean, Adrian College has been just all over them here in the second half. Haven't really seen much from Calvin. They haven't even gotten into the red area yet.
Heidi and the offense at a 2nd down and 4. It's Tyson Hill dancing through the offensive line up into the Calvin second line of defense. It's a 1st down and 10. Some information from the Sports Information Department at Adrian College. That safety recorded by the Adrian defense was the first for Adrian College since 2015. Also, 7 sacks in a game for the first time since 2015 as well. So, boy, this defense on paper doing things, and we're seeing it on the field today.
Yeah, the defense has done a great job stepping up, making great plays. This has been a defensive school for a while, but today they did the defensive stuff. They're getting the offense going too.
1st and 10, and that's going to result in a short shotgun snap to Heidi, and Noah's going to take a knee. Calvin not interested in taking their timeouts at the moment.
Yeah, it comes down to sportsmanship at this point. Team's going into a knee, only a minute left. 2 knees ends this game, and you're down by 20. No need to keep everybody going longer and wasting your timeouts. Let's just get out of this one. Good sportsmanship there for Calvin.
And keep an eye out for these Knights. Like I said earlier, these MIAA schools, when they add programs, they do it right. So Calvin looking to bring more pride to America's oldest collegiate athletic conference. But today, it goes to one of the earliest members of the MIAA, and Adrian College will take a knee. It's Noah Heidi getting the win on Family Day. 30-10 is the final from Docking Stadium. Handshakes and hugs at the 50-yard line. Handshake between Coach Joe Polka of Adrian College and Trent Figg of Calvin University. And look, we'll be seeing these Knights every year, but for now, we are undefeated all time against Calvin University. A little tongue-in-cheek there, of course, the first time we've played this school, but hopefully it adds to the history and the prestige of the MIAA. But today was a day for the Bulldogs. You have to wonder, though, Jake Calvert, what's going on with him? Didn't see Jake for most of this game. Noah Heide came in and did a very serviceable job for Adrian College at the QB spot. Big day for the defense, big day for Samuel Lafata as well. And just a good, solid win, and they'll get back to it next week. Some thoughts on this game from you, Sean?
Yeah, I think both teams played very well in that first half, but when it comes down to young programs versus experienced programs, you're going to have those guys at halftime that make those adjustments, whether it be from the coaches or from yourself. Great players, even at this level, will go into the locker room and they'll study what they've been doing. They'll study where their mistakes are. They'll study what their mess-ups are, and they'll make sure they make corrections. If it's working, keep doing it. If you're playing great, keep rolling. If you're struggling out there, make those adjustments. Make some better plays. And we've seen that from the defense. They struggled in the first half. They came out of halftime on fire, and they did not let up the entire time. And it leads to a Bulldog win, and that recipe will always lead to a win. If you're in a close game at halftime, you go in. Even if you're winning a close game at halftime, you go in, you make your adjustments, and when you come back out, you're going to lead to a win because your team will be better than they were the first half.
Looking at some of our numbers from today's ball game, a second half barrage by Adrian College, the final numbers for the teams. Adrian, 16 first downs to just 6 for the Knights. Bulldogs rushed 50 times for 124 yards, just 2.5 yards per rush. The Knights had many negative plays in the passing game, and that goes against your rushing yardage total. 22 rushes, negative 18 yards for Calvin today. Bulldog receivers, 16 catches, 158 yards. Calvin with 16 catches for 139. 16 of 20 for Adrian quarterbacks, 14 of 28 for Calvin, both teams with an INT. Total plays, 70 for 282 for Adrian, 50 for 121 for the Knights. I feel like they had that by the early stages of the second quarter, but give credit to Adrian's defense right there to get the job done. One interception by both teams. The Knights fumbled 3 times, lost 1. The Bulldogs fumbled 1 and lost 1 as well. Penalties, Adrian just commits 3 for 25. Knights, 9 penalties for 65 yards. Sammy Lafata with 8 punts for an average of 38.2. Time of possession leaning forward to Adrian College, 38 minutes to 21. Third downs were not the down of choice for both teams. 4 of 14 for Adrian, 3 of 13 for the Knights. Adrian 1 for 3 on fourth down. The Knights did not convert a fourth down. They didn't try one in this contest as well. All right, we're going to look at some of our individual numbers in just a moment. We're going to take a 30-second timeout, a 30-10 win for your Adrian College Bulldogs. We'll be back with our post-game show. We are on the home for Bulldog football, Adrian College Sports Network.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit.
Sign off.
Okay. Do we find out who the player of the game is, or?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I make you pick it. Hello and welcome back to the Adrian College Sports Network. What a day to be a Bulldog, as they say. Ian Wentz, Sean Witt.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges. including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful. Our student-to-faculty ratio is an incredible 13-to-1. That means more attention for you and a much better overall learning environment. We know how to put together an education that is life-changing, and these are just some of the highlights. From our communication arts program, to our many performing arts, to the home of business on campus, to our sciences and medical studies, we have the spaces where you can grow into the professional that you want to become. Our first-year student experience is award-winning. You'll make lifelong friends here, meet mentors, and maybe even meet that special someone. The Kane Student Center is open 24 hours a day, and there's a lot going on here. The Bulldog Beanery has all of your hot drinks. Pause and Go is our on-campus convenience store. The bookstore is where you'll get all of your Bulldog gear, and you can just hang out and study in the skyboxes. Not far away is the Shipman Library. The Shipman has quiet, relaxing spaces for you to study in. You can check out books from thousands of libraries around the country, and the Shipman is open 24 hours as well for your convenience. There are hundreds of learning opportunities on campus. In addition to the arts and beautiful facilities, Adrian College is known for its athletic programs. There is nothing like a Saturday game day here in Adrian. The Bulldog football team are 11-time MIAA champions. At Docking Stadium, fans watch soccer, lacrosse, football, and more. Just a few hundred yards away, Adrian College's basketball teams compete. In addition to basketball, fans can enjoy wrestling, acro and tumbling, and volleyball here. We also have a state-of-the-art weight room available to all of our students. When things heat up too much on campus, you can cool off with our ice sports. Our NCAA ice hockey teams are constantly battling in the national playoffs. Just a quick walk down the service drive, we feature one of the best baseball and softball programs in the nation at our level. Soon you'll be able to cross the street and watch men's and women's rugby take to the pitch as well. Our rowing, crew, and top-ranked bass fishing programs compete out of the Adrian College Boathouse, a gorgeous facility just a 15-minute drive north on Devil's Lake. Our students know how to relax in their downtime. When they're not out and about, we have dozens of housing options on campus. With apartments right in the mix of things, you can pick what works best for you. We've also recently renovated a few of our housing options. Adrian College is a Methodist-affiliated institution that has been changing lives since 1859. The modern liberal arts education offered by our faculty is unrivaled. We can't wait to have you on campus and show you around. Visit adrian.edu to schedule a full campus visit today. We'll see you soon. Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo.
Adrian College has
I'd be okay with Heidi, any of the defenders.
the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
And welcome back on the Adrian College Sports Network. 30-10 is the final score. Adrian College.
Welcome to Adrian, Michigan. We're located in a proud college town. Adrian College is situated just 45 minutes from Ann Arbor, Detroit, and Toledo. We're very excited to show you just a little bit of what AC has to offer. This is the gateway to our campus. Welcome to the place that we believe will change the rest of your life. AC features one of the most well-rounded educational experiences in the country. We offer over 60 different academic majors and 10 academic institutes, as well as dozens of student organizations. Year after year, we've been ranked as one of the nation's best colleges, including being one of the most innovative institutions in the U.S. for our medical programs. Our campus is simply beautiful.
3 touchdowns, that's a great game. That's 76% completion percentage. Not a lot of quarterbacks can do that if they plan on starting. Heidi did it off a whim.
Absolutely. Well said. And the way Heidi plays is different than Calvert, right? Jake is a guy that can run. They do some designed quarterback runs for him. Heidi's not that guy. He's a prototypical pocket passer, but I think that's a great pick. The defense was outstanding. I mean, they were just all over Calvin. Turnovers, they had a interception, they had those sacks in the game, they had a safety as well. Certainly hard to pick from, right, if you win by 20, but I like the pick. Noah Heidi, our player of the game today. And as we look forward, we got the Bulldogs here today getting the win. They are now 2-1 in the MIAA, 5-1 on the season. And as we look at the schedule in the MIAA, we look at the final scores from today. Hope beats Kalamazoo 49-18. Trine beats Olivet 35-28. Alma beats Albion 40-30. And your Bulldogs get the win today 30-10. So the Albion loss puts the Britons at 1 loss as well. Adrian with the loss, but it was to Albion. So that creates a lot of friction toward the top of the standings of the MIAA. Just really looking forward to it. Next week, Bulldogs will be on the road over in Holland, Michigan to take on the Hope College Flying Dutchman. 2 o'clock Eastern for that kickoff on the Adrian College Sports Network. Looking very much forward to that one, a trip to Holland. But, Sean, final thoughts on this game?
Not too many. Just wanted to give one last shout-out to the defense. Any one of them could have been player of the game. The reason you don't get player of the game is because no one stood out above the rest. They played as a unit. They played as one. Therefore, you got to go with a player of the game that wasn't expecting to have a big impact. So I went with Heidi.
Yes, for sure. The first safety for the defense since 2015, as you mentioned, rock stars all over the field. And the first time Adrian sacked a quarterback 7 times in a game. First one since 2015, thanks to Mike Prang for those numbers from the Sports Information Department. That's going to do it for us here in the booth, for everyone out there listening. However you may be listening or watching on the Adrian College Sports Network. For Laura Witkowski, Jake Luckhart, all the Bulldog fans, Sean Whitmer to my right. My name is Ian Wendt. Thanks for tuning in. The Bulldogs, another victory, this one on the football field, 30-10 over Calvin University. This has been Bulldog Football on the Adrian College Sports Network.